my God, we are live tonight. The four turtles, and we have Master Splinter with us tonight. We've got him for an hour to talk about the amazing time and about how terrific Terrificon was. But, you know, we've got to give you a little bit of warning, so stay tuned, and you got to listen to this first.
The following program is rated TV MALS. It contains strong language and sexual situations. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Was that my fault already?
I don't know. Something about LSDs coming on. I don't know what the hell's
That's
happening.
unbelievable. Well, that's what happens when you spend 5 days at Mohegan Sun for Terrificon.
Yes.
So,
yes.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3 Men in a Basement. We have us all together tonight since the booth, and we are joined by the CEO, the president, the Alibaba, the
only guy here.
Yes, right. Yes, exactly. Who has run Terrificon, and we are still in the rears of it. I've been watching videos for the past 2 weeks, and we're here today to talk about it and to give you maybe his lowdown and maybe talk about next year, and then we're going to talk about some amazing hauls. So greetings, everybody. I've got my man Chinmo in the house. We have Raphael. Apparently he was angry all the time. We have Dave the brother and Senor Splinter, Mr. Mitch Halleck, Mr. Terrificon himself. So to all my brothers, how are you guys? I haven't seen you since Terrificon. Chin, how are you?
4 weeks. I'm good. I'm not picking up trash anymore, so I'm great.
Okay, all right. All right, Raj, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you in that red shirt. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm a little angry, apparently. I've spent more time over the last couple of weeks talking about turtles than I did the first 50 years of my life. Just about because of the color of the shirts and our personality. So,
listen,
you're never too old to learn shit.
It worked.
Yeah.
All right. And then down below, the architect, the silk screener to the stars. He made all these fancy shirts for us. Dave the brother, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm drinking out of my cup from last year.
Yeah, that's actually cups. Yeah.
I actually got that from Bob Stevenson. I told him I didn't get one last year, so he brought one for me this year.
Yeah, Bob's creating the archive there. I actually gave him a lot to the guy that does Supervillain Comics, Matt McIntosh. He does the Slurpee thing, the frozen drink. And I said, hey, I got Slurpee cups. And he's like, what? Because I made them because I'm old, and I thought they were cool because I used to get those in the 70s. And I put them out there. People are like, what's this plastic cup? I'm like, it's a Slurpee cup. If you knew what the hell was going on, you know what a Slurpee cup is.
I guess I'm old too, because I think you're cool.
Oh, yeah, man. And Bob got them. I was going to do another version of that where it had like the origin on the back and stuff, but maybe next time. I don't know.
You got a lot going on, Mitch. It's tough. It's tough to be, the creator of this,
Yeah.
So Mitch is going to join us for a little bit. I can't wait to show some of the pictures, some of the videos, talk about some of the hauls, some of the experiences, and he can do that too. So, but before we get started, we do need to give some shout outs to everybody in the chat. Which one do you guys want to handle that?
Good thing we talked about this, huh?
All right.
So we first one announced MON Comics, John Big Daddy Ross. What's going on, brother? Copy 801, all the way from Long Island. We don't hold that.
Oh, wow.
Thomas
the islands, huh?
Caps, yeah. Colossus Collector. Assemble. I love it. I mean, that video was amazing, right?
Is that the fella that did the Avengers Endgame?
Yeah.
That was like Lucasfilm ILM quality shit. I saw that.
Mitch, does that win? I know you've watched all the videos. That wins.
Yeah, I told my wife. I said, "You got to see this," and we were watching it. And then the end of it, I was like, "Oh man, this guy's great." So
a lot of time and effort went into that.
I was saying between
that was a really
between
cool
you
job.
being Thanos and Simon
I was like, "What's up with that, man?"
Killed me.
Anyway,
killed me.
No.
You definitely knocked it out of the park. Lunch Money Comics in the house. What's up, brother? JR Comics. Copy.
He put 30 hours into that. Is that true? Mon Comics? Is that it took that guy 30 hours?
I know it took him a very long time. So
wow. Well, thanks for doing that.
That's dedication right there.
Yeah. No, man. I mean, and I'm not kidding you. And some of you guys, if any of these guys that make the videos, you'll see when I'm there, I'll say thanks for coming, and I'll make a note, and I always give a thumbs up. But I literally sit there as soon as the show's over, like maybe the Tuesday, maybe not the Monday, but I just go to YouTube and I Google Terrificon 2024, and I just watch everything because that's how I know what the hell is going on. Because I don't get to see the panels, I don't get to see what's happening on the floor. So I mean. It's like a photo album from a wedding or something, It's like you're too busy cutting the cake and doing the dance, so you don't get to see everything. So I watch all these videos and stuff. So
you get to see it from other people's perspective.
Oh, and the stuff that
everybody sees it differently.
The guys, well, I felt the worst was Very Gary. I was driving back to Mohegan and get some stuff, and I was like, "Geez, where's Very Gary? He always does those just like you guys do, those live feeds and such, you know."
Yeah.
And then I saw him tell a story about his hole in his lung or whatever. What was it? Lung or something. I was like, "Holy crap, man!" You know. So wow, I was like, "Geez, hope he's all right." But he seems to be on the mend, so good luck to Gary.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's weird. I did see him, and he said if anybody saw me, I was a little out of it because he walked by me. I was near Adam Hughes. He goes, "Hey, Mitch, how's it going?" I go, "Hey, Gary, what's going on?" And then I watched one of the other fellows' videos, the guy that was looking for the Daredevil 1.
Yep.
And he went up to Gary's booth. He's like, "Hey, you got Daredevil?" And Gary was a little bit out of it in the back. He's like, "Hey, man, no, I ain't got it." And I'm like, little do we know that as that's happening, Gary's got like air in his chest cavity.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap.
Crazy.
So, nuts.
Yeah,
then I watched all your guys' stuff too. I mean, though I don't know if I like the title. Was it terrific, Chin? What the hell was that? I'm like,
that was Otto.
I was like, I said, you bet your damn ass it was terrific. My comment.
I just want to know. I had a completely different title with all terrific in caps, and then someone else changed it. So,
all right, because I was like,
but it was terrific, and that's what we find out.
It leaves that ominous tone. Like I go, Jesus, I better watch this one because it might say, "What a suck fest that shit was." My God. I was like, "Oh shit, what did I do to piss him off?"
Yeah, no, not at all.
Put him on the loading dock next year. Okay,
everybody but me.
Yeah, I know. And I didn't. How stupid am I? I didn't realize you guys had color coordinated turtle shirt. I knew you had the logo, but now I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, we did variants
orange,
each
red,
day.
blue. Who knew?
Yep. No, so we've got to get new.
That was Chinmo's idea.
That was all Chinmo. We were gonna do the variant, and then I was like, "Oh, I like blue," and he started sending us Wikipedia. Information on the personalities of all the turtles and how the colors match up.
No, it's clever. I didn't put it together till you had to walk around together the entire weekend.
Yeah, we did. We got one picture, I think, together.
All 4 of us.
And I like how you tore apart the 30th floor. I'm sitting there watching your setup from another guy's video where you showed you. I don't know who it was. I saw it tonight. And you took the lamps down, you put them on the floor. You wonder why the security people are on your ass because I'm like,
well, I put it all back though. I put it all back.
You don't own that. I'm like, holy shit! I hope he doesn't break that shit.
It's never been an issue unless
I was just watching
the WNBA is on the floor.
That's last year, one time the WNBA away team complained.
Oh, really? Oh, and then Adam Hughes was on your floor. I was like,
yes,
you were on the 30th. I was only on the 18th. How the hell did they get up on the 30th?
I don't know. So we've got so many people in the chat. We'll give you guys shout outs later. So we've got some stories. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to highlight Mitch and we're going to tell some stories about Terrificon. Where is the highlight that guy?
I like that guy. Come on. I know you're better than you do. Come on.
I know you do, Mitch. You should be running this, not me. I'm fired.
Here we go.
Highlight this guy, man.
All right. Put him up there. All right. So I got to start from maybe Saturday with 40,000 people. Right? Saturday with 40,000. Yeah. 8,000 on Friday. Am I right by saying that? Or was
Friday was the biggest Friday we ever had. And I think it had a lot to do with Keanu, but that's another story. But there was a lot of people.
Yeah. And then Sunday, did we know how many?
Sunday was crazy because of Charlie Cox. It worked. I had a plan this year. Believe it or not, I had a plan. What was it, 3% of a plan or so 12%?
12%.
So I was like, I'll do a different big guest every day. Because I traditionally, you guys know this, you go to shows. Yeah. Sunday's usually, Sunday, no matter what you do. I mean, you could set the world on fire. You're never going to get a lot of people because I don't know if they go to church, they cut their lawn. I don't know what the hell they do on Sunday, but they don't show up. So Sunday you get a couple thousand people. But I had Charlie Cox coming that day. So that boosted Sunday up. So we were good. And then Saturday, you had Jim Lee. You had everybody else there. Saturday's always going to be a home run, no matter what you do. And then Friday is when all the buyers come in, like you guys, the real comic collectors. They're all looking for deals and they're looking for books and stuff. So you get guys from New York and the Jersey. They're all in there. So Friday's a big comic book collector night. And then Saturday's like Fan City. And then Sunday, like I said, usually it's quieter with kids and families and such. But every day this year was out of control. So I was like, wow, this is just, it went by so fast this year. It wasn't funny. So
what was the total count, Mitch, if you know it?
it's like, oh, I do know it. And and I've told you guys this before. There's the reality of what tickets are, and then the reality of Turnstile. And everybody likes Turnstile because it's bigger. Turnstile means every time people come through the door, they count that as one other person, even though it might have been Otto running back and forth.
Yes, or something. Exactly.
They go, but technically, it could be 3 Ottos or 3 different guys.
Yeah.
So if you go with that, you got 40,000 people. Yeah, that's easy.
Wow,
that's easy.
Yeah, no, it was.
Because that's why when you go to some of these shows and they tell you they had like 80 or 100,000, and you look at the building, you go, if everybody in town showed up, maybe there'd be 100,000 people. There's no way there's 100,000 people in one building. That's because they tell you the Turnstile numbers. It's more like they had like 30, 40, maybe 35,000, but because people come through, they say, oh, that's 2 people, that's 3 people. So that's the magic of that.
So when you
worried,
did the line,
are you worried? I'm sorry, are you worried about outgrowing the place? I mean,
that came up because when I knew Jim Lee, because usually we do the room that Jim Lee was in and Scotty Young, that's usually where I put the pinball machines and the kids contest or the kids art classes. It's kind of like a side room. We used to do 2 panels. We used to do that as the comic panel, and the other one was the actors panels. But this year I had to put Jim Lee and Scotty Young somewhere, so I put them in there, and I said, well, we'll put some exhibitors in there, and that did really well. But now I'm like, well, geez, we outgrew this place. And you don't want it to be tight because you know where you guys are set up. If you look, I always keep like wide aisles and stuff because you want to.
We love that.
People can navigate. I don't want people like, oh, I couldn't get through the aisles because it was too thick for whatever reason. But
people notice that.
You could. I mean, if I was going to be like squeezing every nickel out of that place, I could put more and more booths in. But I think it's kind of nice size the way it is.
I think the way you have. I mean, I think everybody I've talked to has said there's a ton of people, but it never feels like that.
No, you never feel like, trust me, man. I've been in New York Comic Con where you can't go down a hallway for 45 minutes and you are literally, balls to the wall. You can't move. You can't move.
Which brings me to the next thing. We saw that picture of Dragon Con about everybody in this disgusting line. But what Mohegan did was when they had the line on Saturday, it went out through the parking lot.
I know. I found that out too.
Those people were constantly moving. There was nobody like standing there. They were always like moving and walking and keeping moving.
Well, yeah. Because what they normally did for the last 9 years or 8 years, they would go in through the hotel. So that line was inside. Right. It would go down between the 2 hotels through the casino or the lobby of the main hotel, down by Michael Jordan's, down the stairs sometimes into the mall, down below where they have Johnny Rockets and stuff, because I would go down the hall and say hello to everybody. But this year when I walked out, they go, oh no, we're going out the other way. Okay. So we went down the road to the Winter Garage, outside the building, down the sidewalk, down all the way to the road to where the Mohegan Fire Department is. And it had to be like a good mile long. And I'm like, son of a bitch, this is crazy line. Yeah. Thank God it wasn't raining, Yeah. But it was something else, man. It was something else. And you're right. And I saw some people like, oh, I got there at 10 o'clock. I couldn't get in until 10:30. I'm like, bro, they just got 8,000 people through that door in 30 minutes. That's a miracle.
Any other con, if you showed up at 10, you wouldn't be in there
till 12. I'm sorry. I've gone to New York, and sometimes when it started, you'd be in line. I'm not kidding. 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes to get in, even 3. Mm-hmm. It was crazy. I was like, no, the Mohegan people know what they're doing. They're like, oh, let's go scan, check the bag, get the metal detector. You're in.
They move it quick.
Going.
So yeah, it's daunting as that line looks. It did go by really fast, so I can't fault anything with that. So,
no, it was just amazing to see all the people and everybody just rolling through, and it's been fun for us to watch all these videos. I just type in Terrificon on YouTube, and everything just starts popping up, and I'm watching, and just wild. And we've just had a great time. I know this was year 9, year 10 is coming up.
Year 9, year 10 is next year. Yeah, I'm already thinking of what's going to be next year for the big 10th.
That's it. So what was the highlight for you for this? I mean, Keanu
was
wearing your shirt though, rocking out at the show, right?
He was wearing my t-shirt. And I busted Ordway's balls because I said, "Hey, he's not wearing the shirt that you drew. He's wearing the shirt that I drew."
Okay. Now, how did that come about? Was he like, "Hi, do you have a T-shirt?"
Oh, well, honestly, I got to give credit to Garney, Ron Garney, because it's like the whole thing started a week before, and I knew that he was going to be playing. Keanu's Dog Star was going to be playing at Foxwoods, down the road. And I said to Garney, I type him a message, "Hey, any chance Keanu could come by?" And just like a joke, it's not real. And he's like, "Yeah, that ain't gonna happen, man." And I'm like, "All right, just never hurts to ask. You never know. The answer is always no until you ask." So Tuesday night comes. I've told the story before, but Tuesday night, 3:00, I just got back from, I don't know where, Cave Comics or something, getting everything ready, loading the car up, and Garney's calling me. And I'm thinking, he's going to cancel. What's wrong? Is he sick? Because he was at San Diego. And I said, what's up, Ron? And he goes, Keanu wants to come. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, yeah, I'm texting him right now. He said he'll come to the show. What time do you want him to be there? 11 to 2? He's got to leave at 2. He's got to go rehearse and do sound checks. I go, I won't swear too much, but I was like, F you. Come on, stop here. April Fool's Day was months ago. Cut the shit. He's like, no, man, he's coming. I'm like, no, he's not. And my wife's here listening to this in the background. She's like, who are you fighting with? I said, Garney. I said, he says Keanu Reeves. She's like, Keanu Reeves is coming? I go, he's bullshit. And he's like, no, he's really coming. I said, what time? He goes, I told you, 11 and 2. I go, well, we open at 1:30. He can only come for a half hour, so forget the thing. So my wife's like, what are you, stupid? You own the show, you idiot. You can make it open whenever you want. Open at 11 o'clock. And I go, oh, yeah, I do own the show. I forget. So I call him back and I go, hey, Ron, tell Keanu he can come in at, 11 to 2 or something. He's like, all right, we'll get something to eat and then we'll walk over. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And then it really starts because now you got to deal with security. You got to deal with publicists. You got to call Mohegan Sun. It's not like, no offense. It's not like Otto shows up and wants to come into the show because,
All right. I mean, okay,
it is what it is, but you ain't John Wick.
Right.
So,
exactly. Or you know what I mean? Or a Point Break. So,
yeah, exactly. You're not Johnny Utah, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Bill Preston Esquire, whatever it was. So
Ted.
Ted. He shows up at 10:30. He gets out of the car. I said, how you doing, man? He's like, oh, I'm tired. I'm like, really? We immediately start talking about comic books. I mean, the guy's not out of the car for 5 seconds. I go, you ever come to a Comic-Con before? He's like, no, not like this. What do you guys do? And I'm like, well, we got Walt Simonson and Chaykin. He goes, wait a minute. I know these names. I'm like, yeah, he's like 60, I think, or 59. I'm 58. So we kind of got the same era of comics lore. So I start dropping American Flag, Thor, John Byrne, and Keanu's eyes light up because he knows the people I'm talking about. I'm like, yeah, they're all here. He goes, what do they do? I said, well, they sit there, they meet fans, they sketch, they draw, and all that stuff. He's like, oh, really? I'm like, haven't you ever been to one of these? He goes, no, I've never been. I usually go to the Hall H thing, do a presentation on whatever movie or whatever, and then he leaves. He doesn't walk around the actual floor of a comic convention, So we're just bullshitting back and forth. He's like, oh, how do you know Ron? I said, oh, we went to school in New Haven, and Michael Jai White was there. He's like, who? I said, the big guy played Spawn, Michael Jai White. And here's what Keanu Reeves says. How did that school ever survive with 3 giant egos like that in there? I was like, what? So immediately the New Haven comes out, and I go, hey, man, F you. And I'm thinking, did I just tell him F you? And he just looked at me, and I'm like, oh, sorry. It's just a knee-jerk reaction. So I see Ron comes by. I said, hey, Ron, you know what he just said? He goes, what? I said, he said, how did Southern Connecticut State University survive with 3 giant egos like you, me, and Mike White? And this thing goes, you said that? Yeah, what the hell? So he's like, we're all like there. And the best part is I say to him, look, can we walk down the hallway? Because only 100 people are going to get to meet you. Can you say hello to all the people waiting in front of the show? He's like, yeah, all right. So the security guy's like, yeah, we're good. So we walk down that long hallway on Friday morning about 12 o'clock now. And it's full of people. The line goes back a bit. Nobody says hello to Keanu Reeves. I don't know what the deal. Dude, I was walking slow on purpose so they'd see him. I'm thinking they get selfies or photos or whatever. And he's just walking, and we're talking about movies and comic books and, what do you like to do? And, when did you get into comics, All I hear is this. Hey, Mitch. Hey, Mitch. And Keanu looks at me and goes, you're really popular here, huh? I go, yeah. Nobody's saying hello to him. I'm like, what the hell, man? And I'm going like this, Keanu Reeves. And people are just like, no one sees him. I don't know what's going on.
Too starstruck, maybe?
Some dude jumps out in front of us. He goes, "Could I get a selfie?" And you see him stiffen up, and I'm like, "Oh, he figured it out." And then the kid takes a selfie with me.
Oh, geez.
Like, I should have given the phone to Keanu Reeves. Like, "Hey, buddy, would you mind? Come on." So then we're just about to get in the door, and two furries come by, like the cosplayers in the furry costumes. So we step aside, and he goes, "What's that about?" I said, "Oh, those are furries." He said, "What's a furry?" So I tell him, he's like, "What?" And I tell him, I said, "Well, this is what I've heard." And he goes, "Whoa." And I'm like, "Whoa." He said, "Whoa." And this is, we're about to go in the Mohegan Sun Expo Center. Somebody realizes who it is. And they go, "Keanu!" And once that guy screamed it out, all of a sudden everybody woke up and realized he was right there the entire time.
Oh my God.
And they're all reaching for their phones and their cameras and shit. So then we go in, and then, we sat there, and 100 people came in, and we did the autographs. And he was really cool, man. He was having a grand time with Ron. After everyone left, he had to leave at 2:00. So we had like 10 minutes with nobody in the room. And he starts drawing on Garney's pull-up behind him. He's like, "What's this?" He goes, "Oh, that's my pull-up." What do you have that for?" "Well, I put it up behind me at the convention." And he takes a blue paint marker and he starts drawing all over the faces and stuff.
Really?
And he's laughing. Oh yeah, there's a picture, you see him like laughing, drawing, and Garney's just shaking his head. And I go, he's got to pay for that. He goes, "Oh, geez, I'm sorry. You have to buy these things?" And Ron's like, "Yeah, I gotta buy it." I go, "Yeah, but now it's worth something. It's got artwork by Keanu Reeves." He's like, "Shut up."
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
At what point did he say, "Can I have a T-shirt?" Like, or were you
oh
just
no,
like,
the T-shirt thing. Oh no, when he got there, he got out of the car, and I was wearing the Terrificon shirt that Jerry did with it looked like Daredevil, jumping off the pose from issue 1. It says, "Here comes Terrificon." So he gets it. He goes, "Oh, I like that shirt." I said, "Oh, thanks." He goes, "Can I get one?" And I go, "Well, I only got like 1 or 2 of the ones in full color because I'm cheap and I buy them off of Vistaprint." And he goes, "What?" I go, "Well, I got ones that are 1 color that I can get you that we sell, but the full color one." He goes, "Oh, I really like that one." And I go, "Well, what size are you?" He goes, "A large." I go, "Well, you can have this one, man. It's a 2X, but it's sweaty because I've been wearing it all day."
Right.
And he goes, "No, that's all right." And I'm like, "That's all right. It's a little sweat. It's not like I'm really gross." And he's like, "No, that's cool. It's cool." And he goes, "Oh, wow, you'd give me the shirt off your back?" I'm like, "Yeah, if you want it. I don't give a shit. I got 20 more." And he goes, "No, that's okay." So then I went and got a large of every style shirt we had. I got the one we sold. I got the white one, the Bruce Springsteen thing. So I come in the room, and he's like, "Oh, cool." And he's looking at all of them. I go, "Which one do you want?" He goes, "Well, can I have all of them?"
Oh.
I go, "Yeah, you can have all of them, $20." But I said, I go, "What are you going to do with them?" And he goes, "Wear them." And I go, "Oh, really? That's kind of cool." He's like, "Yeah." So I thought he was just being a nice guy. I'm like, he's not really going to wear a freaking Terrificon shirt.
Right.
And sure enough, he said, "No, I'm going to wear it tonight when we play." And I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking, I don't know how that's going to go over. Like he's down the street at the yeah, wearing a Mohegan Sun shirt, So the next day I come in and everyone's like, "Hey, did you see he wore it?" I'm like, "Get the hell out of here." And somebody somehow found a picture of him at the show or before the show, and he had it on. It was the Terrificon Out of This World with the concert dates on the back that I made up all the planets and stuff.
Awesome.
So I'm trying to get more pictures of it. So if anybody sees him in tour and he's got the shirt on again, I want a picture of that thing. Like, "Hey, man,
Perfect.
we're which Comic-Con we are?
Exactly.
We're this one. We're this
Wow.
one. The one where Keanu Reeves came in and wore the freaking shirt.
Should just be like
Anyway.
Terrificon presents Wild Stallions.
Right? Long story. And I should have asked him that, like, "Oh, your band's playing tonight?" "Yeah." "What's playing?" "Wild Stallions?"
Wild Stallions. Yeah.
But
So
so to answer your story, long story short, yeah, my highlight of the day, it has to be him just showing up and having a good time and meeting fans and Berserker and all that jazz. So that was the highlight of Friday.
Right. So I picked this up right here, and
yeah,
that's it, right?
He picked up. We'll say I have a bunch of shirts, and he picked that one up, and he's like, "Oh, this one's like yours." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I have the white spot behind it." And then he started going through the rest of them. But yeah, that was cool. He held that up there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Certainly a man of the people, and everybody that there was a few people that we spoke to that was part of the guys that came down and that waited and everything, and they said, other than the 8 hours of their life,
okay, All right, I'm gonna address this now because I saw that guy's video.
Mitch, they said they would do it again.
No. But here's the deal: I made the rules up because this is why I went to Catholic school and we're all about rules and shit. So what happens is Mohegan Security calls me the night before and they go, "Hey, let's get a consistent message across the board so we're all on the same playing field." I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely. What time do you want people to line up?" I said, "Okay, I'm tired. I don't want to line up before 8:00." They said, "Okay, 8:00. And what are you going to do?" I said, "We're going to count 100 people and we're going to give out wristbands." All right. And once they get them, they don't have to come back to like 12. Okay. It sounded great.
Right.
But when I showed up at 7 in the morning, I'm coming down the hallway and I see people already against the wall. And I go, "What's going on?" "Oh, we've been here till like 4 or 5 in the morning." "Yeah, but you're not supposed to be here till 8:00. "Yeah, I know, but I got here." "Yeah, but 8:00, man." But whatever. They already did it and they already started picking out the feet. I'm like, "Fine. I'm sorry, but you didn't have to be here because I know what it's like to sleep at a show and go to sleep." And there's poor woman in the woman in the front row. I said, "How long have you been here?" Because I saw her the day before, and because I was setting up the show, and I was like, "Weren't you here yesterday?" She goes, "Yeah, I haven't slept yet. I've been here for like 30 hours." I'm like, No. You got to go back to your room. You got to sleep because it's not safe to be like up without sleeping. Right. So she was there, and then they got in, and then I was running around with Keanu Reeves, and then my security guy was there, and they were making people come in one at a time because they didn't want anybody. And here, I'm going to answer some questions. People are like, why didn't they want the cell phones? You know why they didn't want cell phones? You know that show like TMZ?
Yeah.
We're joking, me, Ron, and Keanu Reeves and stuff. What if he flipped a bird? He didn't. But what if he's like, "Hey, right here, Ron," and somebody's like, click. "Oh my God, TMZ, Keanu Reeves flips the bird to somebody." You know what I mean? They would just go out of the way. So they're like, "Look, don't, what's the word? Don't, sneak attack the guy." He's just there.
Ignore it, gaslight.
And we're not. And then the other thing is the cameras. We didn't want to keep taking everyone's phone, click. So I called the photographer guy that does the photo ops. I said, "Hey, Alex, can you come down here with all your nice setup and your lights and everything?" He's got, expensive cameras. Take pictures of everybody, and then we'll just put it on the website for free. So you can just download your photo and you go print it out if you want, or go to Walgreens or get it there, or put it on your phone, Facebook. I don't care. So that was all free. So we're walking out and Keanu Reeves goes, "Hey, did you charge anybody for anything?" I said, "No, I didn't charge anybody. It was free." He's like, "Oh, that's cool." And everyone's like, "Oh my God, you could have charged a fortune for the photo ops and the autographs." I'm like, "Nah, whatever. It is what it is,
That's awesome.
I thought that was cool that people didn't have to shell out hundreds of dollars to get a picture and a signature from Keanu Reeves.
That was really cool.
So anyway, and it couldn't have been too many people because I'm sorry, he was only there till 2:00, and you got to just do the numbers. You're like, how many people can you really see in an hour and a half without getting stupid, So anyway,
that was just Friday. That was just Friday.
That was just Friday before the doors really opened. Yeah.
No, it's just to have all that and to have everybody there was just amazing. And you're like, "Oh my God, like this is happening." And then you see everybody in line and just the excitement of the people that had it. And just
freaking Joey Pants came in. Joe Pantoliano,
he was dressed to the nines. Like, talk about a Ginzo Paisan. Oh my God.
He loves that. He's always color coordinated. He's really
he was dressed to the nines. When he walked by me, I go, "Oh my goodness."
So he comes in and I told him Keanu's there, man. And he's like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, Keanu Reeves. I haven't seen him in 16 years. I'm like, "Well, he's here now." So Keanu didn't know he was there. He's like, "What's Joe Pants doing here?" I'm like, "Well, he's doing autographs and photo
Matrix
ops."
greatness right there.
It was a Matrix reunion right there on the spot. And they were like hugging each other and talking about shit. They haven't seen each other in so long. So that was really cool. Just watching those two guys get together again,
All right.
So
now, as I'm walking around and going through everything and talking to everybody, I can't ask Mitch. Ask Mitch. I mean, how many if I'd make $1 million if I had a nickel for everybody said, "Call Mitch about this." Call Mitch about
please.
This.
I mean, this phone lights up the whole weekend. It's insane how many calls I get, So,
oh my God,
and the Mohegan security guys go, "Man, you're a popular guy." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I heard so many people. Oh, I'm a friend of Mitch's." He goes, "If I had $1 for every friend of Mitch's you got, I'd retire right now." I'm like,
Awesome.
But they do. Thank God my mom, she's the only one who gets away with. I'm Mitch's mom, so that's the only one who gets away with that one.
I enjoy talking about it. And your aunt was there too, right? If I say
no, my sister was there and her friend was there. Okay. That's my oldest sister.
Okay.
Who else was there? My nephew was there. They were working volunteers and stuff.
Right.
But no.
And shout out to Mrs. Halleck, who was all over the
Sharon.
place. Like,
Yeah,
she was when she was talking to those security guards, she goes, people can't come in that door. They say they're going out. They can't, like, she was talking like she was the general, Mitch. Like, I was like,
yeah,
wow.
man. Yeah. Well, you don't want to look like a jerk in front of the guy's security team. I mean, here's this big movie actor who's coming here, nice enough to do it. And you worked it out. And you're like, look, we'll only do this many people. We're going to do this and that. And they're not going to come in and out. And, you don't want it to get screwed up. And, like, you look like a jerk. So that wasn't going to happen.
No.
Not on my watch, kids.
No.
And she's worse than me because she knows. She's like, oh, no, don't screw up Mitch's plans or she'll have to hear about it till doomsday. So.
Till doomsday, right? Till the end. Yeah. So I did find some pictures that you posted. So you have your own, like, haul of stuff that you picked up. So,
like, you mean the drawings?
Look at
these. No, because this started with Bob Layton 10 years ago. Bob Layton says to me, oh, who's your favorite hero? And I said, Captain America. So he gave me a beautiful pen and ink 9x12, Captain America. And then Billy Tucci's like, oh, who gave you that? Oh, Bob Layton. Oh, he did, huh? And then George Perez goes, oh, where'd you get that? I said, oh, Layton gave it to me. So all the guys, it's like a weird little competition. They all try to outdo each other. So I started accumulating all these Captain America drawings and such over the years. And I got to be over 300 now, And I'm like, I got to start breaking it up. So that's why you'll see now you got Captain Carter. You got some Mr. Fantastics going on. You got the Rocketeer. Yeah, you got Spidey up there, Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, because I'm getting so many Captain Americas now. I think I've got every possible variation of the guy, So, but they're cool. They're cool. That's my little art collection. That's the only reason why I do this show, boys, just to collect art. My wife will kill me.
Good reason to.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I went art heavy. Roger, you got some commissions. Everybody went.
All I did all weekend, 2 commissions and a jam piece.
Who got the Rubenstein? Was it you, Chin?
I did. Yeah, the Gambit.
Oh my God! Well, was the Thanos piece?
No, I got a Gambit from him.
Oh, I saw a Thanos that Rubenstein did. And it was great.
The one in the car?
Videos. Yeah. Oh no, the one where they're in the minivan. That was funny too. It was Thanos and Darkseid. That was a great one. Whoever came up with that one was a good one. But there's another one was just a headshot of Thanos. It was on one of the videos I watched, but he was knocking it out of the park this year. Rubenstein was, So.
Oh yeah, he crushed it.
Yeah.
When we were Friday night, we went live, and I talked to like a lot of the comic book vendors and everything like that. And I go, I don't want to know what you made. I don't want to know about money wise, but give me a CGC rating for your sales for the day. And I'm telling you, on Friday, there was one guy, which again, he is always the lower of the averages, but everybody was like 9.2. One guy said 9.8, 9.4, 9.6. Like, there was tons of money being spent on comic books, which is exactly what you want, though. Like,
I know. Well, it's a comic book convention.
It's a comic book convention,
Did you see Sammy brought in his Captain America 1?
I heard about it.
But did that sell?
It sold for like $150,000.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly. Oh my God.
I was just mad I didn't get to hold the damn thing. It was raw. It wasn't even in a friggin' slab.
Oh, wow.
He brought it in. I'm like, and it was signed by Jack Kirby. Yeah. On the inside, it had a verified signature of Jack Kirby on the inside of it. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. So Sean, Comic CT was set up, and he was one of them. He said he was his sales were like 10.0, so
yeah.
This is what you want. And let me tell you, it was great to have everybody there. And it was just so much fun, and all the artists, but Roger was onto something. And I get this, like,
what's that?
Roger was getting these head sketches, and I'm going to throw Roger under the bus right now and have him show this. Rod, show your picture and can you talk about what you paid for this? And
talking about jam piece?
The jam piece, right? And how you spent all weekend doing it.
Oh man, that's awesome. Oh, you got Bob McLeod.
Yeah.
You got Arthur. Is that Arthur's down there? Oh, no, Chris Campagna.
Chris Campagna. I got Ryan Brown.
Brian. Yeah, okay.
Tom Ryan.
Tom Ryan. That's the Spidey, the punk one.
And then Ryan Kincaid did the.
Kincaid did the Carnage one.
What about on top, Raj?
And then on the very top, you can see the
way
little black Spidey. That's Papa No Good. That's
Greg LaRocque.
Greg LaRocque.
Greg LaRocque. Yeah, look at that. That's
Papa No Good.
Dude, that's a great jam piece. That's awesome.
I started that on Sunday, and I got that last part on top on.
That's all one day?
Friday. No, I started on Friday.
Oh,
no,
Friday. Yeah.
The Black Spider-Man on top was done towards the end of the day on Sunday, so it took me all weekend.
Dude, jam pieces are awesome. My buddy's a cop, and he's been collecting like all the Sinister Six, and then he did all the Spidey villains over the years.
So I started with the Spider-Verse. I didn't expect the heads to be that big, so it turned more into a smaller jam piece. But
yeah.
But Raj,
I mean, you're talking on average $50 a headshot.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. What a value! Like,
oh yeah, no, that's awesome.
You can't like you're going to buy a $200, $300 book. Sure that you can get all over the place, but for the money that you paid for that, it's
a one-on-one.
You know what I mean?
I got a picture with every one of the artists after it was done. You know,
yeah.
Holding the book and
that's great.
Dude, man, there was a lot of great artists in that room. There was a lot of great ones to choose from. I'll tell you that. I mean, Adam Hughes was banging them out of the park. I saw a couple people doing some Adam Hughes stuff.
Yep.
I have an April O'Neil cosplaying as Wonder Woman over here from
really.
Yeah,
and
on a skateboard.
On a skate. Well, I did
on a skateboard.
Oh yeah, did you not see this?
No, I didn't see that at all. Look at that.
I won it. Comic-Con.
Skateboard.
Yeah. Comic-Con podcast.
Nice, man. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Otto, I thought you always get like, what's your guy? You always have like a.
I've got a Jean Grey Phoenix mashup coming.
That's right. Yeah, from George.
That was something that I set up. But I was in Adam Hughes's line, which couldn't have been any cooler.
Oh, the Vader,
the Vader, and he did it, and he was drawing, and it was so funny because it was so organized. I would do it again. I mean, this was $100. Like,
I know,
$100 on dinner, and like to have him do that on there, and it was so organized. And then his wife was like,
Allison,
you're the end of the line. I'm like, okay, I'm the end of the line. And then I had his schedule on my phone, like when he was doing sketches and autographs. So people are coming up, and I'm like, okay, take a picture of this. Like I'm working the booth for him, you know. And then I just had a great time. And then he came on when we were doing our live show. I was setting up.
I heard,
off the elevator, and I'm like, hey, how are you? Good to see you. And he's like, good, you know.
He's on his way to the cigar bar.
Well, he was on his way to his room. He was on his way to his room, and I'm like, oh my God, I hope we're not too loud. And this guy wants to relax, and here's a bunch of comic book nerds on the floor. But as we got started, he comes out, and you know, he didn't come on camera. I didn't ask, but I said, hey, thank you very much for a great sketch and blah, blah, blah. And he did something about Mary Jane and falling in the fall. And I forgot whose picture that was. And he goes, well, she fell. And it was, I had something to do with, but it was such a dry joke. And it was all Adam Hughes, and it was really wild. And that's something that I want to talk about with everybody here, about how Terrificon is so amazing because everybody is on property, right? Everybody is on property. So whether you're shooting craps with Greg Capullo, whether you're having lunch with Snyder.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad you brought this up, because one of the epitome of how this weekend can show you that this is the greatest con. I'm literally getting away for an hour to have lunch, and these two guys sit down next to me.
There they are.
I have a drink with them. Like, seriously, like, what other con does that happen? It doesn't.
Trust me, bro. I go to Baltimore. I go to New York. Yeah, that ain't going to happen.
Scott Snyder and I were having a conversation about the Little League World Series that were on TV at the time.
See?
Greg Capullo was genuinely interested, even though he had no idea what we were talking about. He made a joke about all my teachers used to call me idiots because of all the doodling and the drawing I did. I showed them, he said.
Yeah, man.
Like, where else do you get that?
I remember being with Brian Azzarello the first time he came a couple years ago, and he's doing box scores, which I haven't seen since my uncle died when I was a kid, at the ball games. He's watching, I think it was Chicago Cubs, and he's literally sitting there with the thing, taking down, how many hits, RBIs. I'm like, whoa, guy's doing box scores. Who does that stuff, But it's cool because, they're sitting right next to you. I walked in on Friday night, and it was Jason Aaron, CB Cebulski from Marvel, and Terry Dodson was at and you're just like, these are freaking legendary names in the comics world, and they're all sitting around. And then I saw you guys were having breakfast with Simonson. I saw that one of you guys.
That was amazing. That was wild.
And it was like, there's Walt just keeping court and telling you stories and signing the program or the menu. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, one of my favorite parts of the whole weekend was Saturday night, Mitch running into you, and then within 20 minutes, we're shooting craps with Scott Snyder and Stephanie Phillips. I was like,
oh yeah,
okay,
yeah. And I had just come from the Roadhouse Country Bar, Comics Country Bar, and it was me, Dean Hashbill, Monty Keene, Tana Ford. They were all watching the people ride the mechanical bull, or the people are dancing on the tables over there, or the band. It's just like insane. And then you walk out of there and there's a Krispy Kreme, and then you walk out of there and it's like the Star Wars bar. You don't know where you're going next and who you're going to bump into, and then over there's the guy from Cobra Kai with the kid from Stranger Things with C. Thomas Howell. It's like the Love Boat ran aground. You're like, what's happening here? Why are all these actors here, man? So that's cool.
Yeah, and I think that one of the biggest things that people who don't get to experience a con like this is because no matter what because I used to go there and dig for books because it's a lot of comic book vendors. So over the last couple of years, I've turned into I'm enjoying going and getting commissions. I had 2 done this weekend. This one, Ron Larry Jr. did this for me.
Ron's great. I love the colors on that.
Yeah. And he makes the green blank variant work because
he knows just what you like, Raj. So.
And he does know what I like. This is my 4th piece.
Yeah, you've done enough for him.
And then my first piece by a gentleman called The Art of Buzz, who knocked
Buzz, absolutely, Buzz, knocked
this rogue out of the park. And
you see the theme going on here,
he also knows what I like.
He likes people with long hair.
Exactly.
Long hair.
Yeah,
exactly.
But it's so whether you're getting commissions, you're getting jam pieces, you're getting signatures. I mean, we had a picture of Everett where Ponch is telling him to back off. Eric Estrada, we ran into him.
That was a good one.
I mean, and that's another thing too, because there are so many people I mean, it's a comic book show. We all know it's a comic book show. I tell people that it is, but there's like another show going on outside it. And I had Steve Epting tell me, he's like, it's weird. We're here in the comic portion, and about 50, 80 feet away, there's Colby Smulders and Tom Welling from Smallville.
Welling was great.
People, and you're like, it's almost like 2 different shows. Like you could go you're at Disney World, you're in Frontierland, and now you want to go to the World of Tomorrow, and now you're going to step over to Cartoonland or whatever. So you really can go wherever you want. There's always something to see there.
1,000%.
Yeah, we also have
separated. You're able to do one without interacting with the other.
Yeah.
Well, you also have all the the crafts and the small vendors.
You got you got the artist alley people in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter, she went with her friends and we did show and tell after. She's showing me these prints that she got. I'm like, where'd you get that? She goes, "Where you didn't go over to this area?" I'm like, I guess not. So Sunday, I spent my Sunday trying to figure out where my daughter bought all the.
Dude, I run the damn thing. I do the layout. I'm trying to find some of these booths because I'm seeing people buying stuff, and I go, because you don't know on a piece of paper what they're going to do, and then I see somebody walking by with this woodcut thing. Like, where'd you get that? Oh, the guy's in row 300. I know where row 300 is, and it's like and I'm like. And then you go up to the guy, oh, you made this? And the guy's like, yeah. And they're showing me all this cool stuff. But there are so many and I know there's so many vendors because I booked the thing, but I didn't go shopping for any comic books. And dude, you see me at Cliff's Con. I'm a comic guy. And the fact that
you're digging, but you don't have time to dig, man.
No, but there's so many great comics in the room, and I know I saw an AF-15 on the wall. I seen a couple Hulk 181s. I'm like, what is going on here?
First
and then there's dude, there's dollar bins you can go digging through. I freaking saw Tom Welling. Tom Welling's going through a dollar bin, and he pulled out a Turtles book and maybe Sonic. I don't know what, but it was like some kind of Archie's thing. And I'm like, wait, Clark Kent is in a dollar bin in the, it's just like the most surreal dream you ever had. You're like, what's going on here? Right. And there he is buying books for a couple bucks. You're like, really, Smallville? You can't go get that AF-15 over there? Come on, man.
He's trying to finish his run. He's trying to complete his run, Mitch. Come on.
He was. I think he really was, because I'm like, is he as big a geek as we are? Because, he's all
honestly God. But Mitch, what about you hanging out with the stormtroopers right here?
That's the country bar. Yeah,
they show up every year. The office for you? Are those the droids they're looking for?
No, they show up every year, those guys. They always hit the country bar, and everybody loves them. I mean, people line up, they let them wear the helmet, they get on stage, they're singing, they're riding the mechanical bull. But I've seen these guys like 3 or 4 years in a row now. So I'm literally, what do you got? You want to get ice cream, guys? Ben and Jerry's? Yeah. Stormtrooper? Yeah. You want to get ice cream? So yeah, that's just there.
And you were cutting up the rug at one point.
That's because well, you get a bunch of crazy drunk white people dancing to country music. Something's gonna go on.
Something's
I'm like, I could do that. I could do that.
I walked in on that and I was like, wow,
yeah, well, I'm not going on Dances with the Stars. But,
you're jamming out. You're having a great time. It's all that matters.
Yeah, I was having a great time. And funnier thing, you mentioned Eric Estrada, dude. I'm 58 years old, but I remember watching these guys on goddamn TV when I was a kid. And it's so weird when they're right in front of you and there's a motorcycle and they're like, and those two guys did not age.
They didn't. I'm telling you, I have said this. Hand to God.
Larry Wilcox. Yeah, they look the same.
A dozen times over. Eric, and if somebody's like, oh, it's plastic surgery. I'm like, no, this is not plastic surgery. This is California sun, Latino blood. He looks the absolute same. I wish I uploaded the picture. I didn't. You
could put that show on next week. And they would be, and you wouldn't miss a beat,
Sergeant. It would be like, it was, and then I saw him in the hotel afterwards, and he was walking.
Larry's funny as hell. Larry Wilcox is very quiet, straight man, where Eric Estrada is off the hook.
Right.
But
Larry's How did you get the motorcycle up there though? Where did that come from?
My cop buddy Capone, that's his real name. He made a call. He made a call, and a guy come up from Pennsylvania, and he drove it up, and that's a 1978 Kawasaki authentic chips bike that they rode that model during the show. So that was the real deal there,
Yeah.
And
I'll
tell you, see Thomas Howell, I'm a year older than him, which I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Because he had the white mustache and white hair.
Oh, yeah. He looked like something out of Tombstone.
He was going to film that. No, he's going to that Harrison Ford show, 1923. It's a spinoff of Yellowstone.
Yeah.
He had to leave on Sunday because he shows me the call sheet. And it shows you what actors are going to be working that day and what time they're supposed to be on the set and what scene. And he's showing me all these documents. I'm like, who's number one on the call sheet? He goes, who do you think? I go, you? He's like, no, Harrison Ford. I go, oh, okay. And there it says Harrison Ford, number one. And he was number 72 or something, but he was a cool dude. They were all cool. I mean, the Doctor Who guy, Ming Chen showed up.
Ming Chen was great to talk to. I had talked to him years ago. And
Clerks guy.
Yep, they did a great Ming was like, this is one of my favorite shows. He was so happy. But I want to tell you an interaction I had with Sergeant Slaughter. Okay. So he was walking through the hallway, and I mean, he is in Sergeant Slaughter mode, hat down, brow down, just walking through, just everybody's parting ways. And I didn't want to say anything because I'm over the top, and I didn't want to do it. So I didn't. I regret not getting a picture taken with him. But last day on Monday, when we were checking out, he was on the elevator with me. It was just me. So he gets on, I'm sitting there like this. He gets on the elevator and walks in. He's got his bag. He's got a hat on. It says WWF Hall of Fame. I look at him and I go, Sergeant, how are the troops? He goes, very well behaved. I trained them well. I said, okay, thank you. Don't put me in the Cobra Clutch.
Oh, no, he got me in the Cobra Clutch on Friday. I was like, hey, nice to see you, sir. And next he goes, come here. And then he starts, getting my head. Like, what are you doing? And next thing you know, I'm like,
I think he put Uncle Frank in it, to be honest with you.
He did, yeah. Frank's got a good picture of him in there. Yeah. It's pretty
awesome. Look, all right. So
look at you. Look at you hanging out with
So I see Everett. Eric Estrada starts walking, and I hear Everett start to lay on the gas, right? Oh, of all the times I rode my big wheel and I pretended, I took out my phone. I'm like, I got to get some pictures of this. This is going to be funny. So it almost looks like he's going, bro, stay away from me.
He's pushing me away.
Right. But right after this, I do have to, he embraces Everett, thanks him.
All right.
But it does look like he's like, hey.
I mean, California sun, Latino blood.
Yeah, look at him, man. Big smile. Great. Yeah.
$1,000 outfit he's wearing right there.
Like Elvis.
No, it was great. It was great.
Stiff arm. I like that.
No, that definitely looks like he's pushing me away.
Get the hell away from me, man. Get away.
Look at Fanboy. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Yeah.
I do want to spend 5 minutes, and I know Mitch has got to go, but there's a few things we want to talk about. But what about Charlie Cox? What an amazing human. What a great guy. Like, he took time to talk to you.
Everybody.
Which, if you didn't know, is British, because Otto didn't know that.
I didn't know that. There's a lot of things I don't know. I don't know. But he was so awesome. And I'll tell you, it was very efficient how they ran the lines. And I bought a book while I was waiting in line. And it was just really, really cool to see. And I didn't know what to have him sign. So I had posted on my Instagram. He actually signed a copy of Daredevil that my brother Brett drew in the yellow and red.
Yeah.
He said, great job, 1 of 1. He signed it, and then Brett signed it, and I was like, this is just amazing. And he was a great guy, Mitch. That was a huge addition.
Well, here's the story about him. He was just at Fan Expo Chicago Saturday. Okay. And that's why I was freaking out for months, because I was like, oh my God, is he going to make it in time? Because I booked him for Sunday. So his plane landed on Saturday night at 11 o'clock in New York. So he stayed at the airport at LaGuardia. And then he goes, I'll get up early and I'll get a car and I'll drive to your show. I'm like, okay, what could go wrong? Well, if you didn't see the news, down where I live here in Fairfield County, we had a 1 in 1,000-year rainstorm, they're calling it. It was 13 inches of rain fell in like 3 hours. It was like Noah's Ark shit. And he calls me and I'm like, hey, bro, you're supposed to be here at 9:30. He goes, Mitch, he says, I can't see. I'm like, oh, come on, Matt Murdock can't see. But then he said, no. He goes, the rain is so bad, we've had to pull over. I'm like, what are you talking? And it wasn't raining where we were. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, no, I'm not kidding you. I've never seen rain like this. It's like a hurricane. I'm like, oh, come on, buddy. Just show up. He's like, all right, we're trying to get there. And I'm like, what's going on? So then he calls again. He's like, we're going to be there at 10:40. We finally got through the rain, and it's just insane. And I start getting reports from back here at Newtown and Oxford, right where I live here. And like, roads are being washed away. Bridges are being washed. I'm like, what? Right. A couple people died actually in the flood. And I'm like, what the hell happened? And he shows up. And you're right. I mean, he got there. He met everybody, all the kids. He signed everything. He was a great guest. But boy, oh boy, it came like this close to like Charlie Cox getting flooded out in the storm.
Around.
Yeah,
I know,
man.
I know a lot of guys got stranded. Like they were stranded down here for a couple more days.
Yeah, it was insane.
A bunch of the Canadians were like had to stay in LaGuardia for like 2 days.
Yeah, no, I heard that because on the way home, I'm getting reports from the actors like, "Oh, I missed my flight. I missed my connector." I'm like, "Wait, what happened?" They go, "They left Hartford fine, but that storm was like screwing up everything from Atlanta to Chicago. So a lot of flights got canceled and stuff." I know Samoa Joe was supposed to go back to Toronto to film Twisted Metal with Anthony Mackie. His flight got canceled. They drove up to Boston trying to get him out. So it was just crazy. And Jim Lee got out in the morning. He was going to a 15-hour nonstop flight to South Korea because his daughter was graduating. He literally showed up Saturday morning on a red eye, did the signing, got back in the plane on Sunday, and took off for Korea. And I'm like, wow, man, that's crazy. Wow. But he did it, though.
Wow.
Scotty Young's line was crazy. I mean, we had some amazing guests.
You really did. So did you get feedback from like Eric Larson was just amazing to have. And when people were talking to Eric's like, I don't do San Diego anymore. I mean, he's from out West. I mean, is he somebody that's going to come back, Mitch? I mean, like,
well, a lot of them, like, this is the first time they're hearing about it. Cause I mean, Snyder had been there, Capullo had been there, Stephanie, Brian, a lot of the returning people like, oh no, this show is fantastic. So all these first timers like Dodson and David Mack and Brian Stelfreeze are like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is a comic book show. I'm like, it's a comic book show, you know? So, I mean, they loved it. And they're all like, oh, I'll come back. I'm like, oof, takes a load off.
Larson was great. Adam Hughes was amazing. I mean, it was wild to have.
I'm glad. And I got to say before I go, when I watch you guys do these videos, it's really, and I don't mean to be like maudlin on a soapbox, but it's really cool to watch you guys all get together because I'm watching. Go, this guy drove up from Alabama, and this guy comes in from Canada, and this guy, and they're all coming in from different parts of the country. And some guys coming in from California, and I'm sitting there going, there you go. And I'm like,
people from the West Coast,
crazy.
Canada.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys all had a great time, but and then I like the fact that some of you guys like ate to a room. What the hell's going on there? I'm like, what the hell? The guys somebody's sleeping in my bathtub. I'm like, what the frick's happening? You know, but. No, it's nice that you guys are really enjoying the show and such. So that's like a whole
best time of the year, Mitch. Best time of the year.
It's better every year.
And you guys are telling stories, and they meet each other. And one guy banged his head getting into a car when he got out of Bradley Airport.
Oh yeah, Lunch Money Comics. I forgot who it was. Banged his head on it. You know, so definitely just so much fun. Roger, we got a little bit of a super chat from the Calico. There we go. Sigma Comic fights animal cruelty through comics. We missed the show due to being in Chicago. We'll be there next year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Well, you know what's funny? I did get some guys already that went to the Chicago, and I ain't throwing shade on that show because I don't care. But that they go, hey, I made a mistake. I went to the show in Chicago, but I'm coming to Terrificon. All I hear is great things. When do I get my boots? When can I get my tables? I'm like, December 1st, noon. Okay, that's when they go on sale. Leave me alone.
Can we transition? This is a great. So we got to highlight Mitch, and we're going to transition to.
Oh no! Again.
Ryder, give me the original one.
Highlight that guy, man.
So we're gonna give this guy a super chat video or what?
Dates to remember, and I put it on the website, but I know
listen, everybody, listen to what Mitch says.
Yeah, you're the only one that does. November 15th, tickets go on sale. That's all the tickets. That'll be the VIP Foot Pass, which stands for Fans of Our Terrificon, which is like FOOM.
Which I love that they get 3 free passes to cut the line, right?
You get the fast pass, and you got to use it right because look, people go, oh, I went to this actor, they didn't know about the foot pass, so then I go come on, we're going, and then they go, Mitch, what's the matter? I go, this guy bought a VIP pass and he gets a fast and he gets a cut. Okay, we're sorry. They don't know. I mean, they do shows every week around the country, so sometimes they don't know what the hell's going on. But once they know, they get to cut the line. I got it. So then they're fine with that. So you get that and a VIP foot pass. You get 2 prints, usually one by Ordway. And then this year there was a Captain Terrificon. They get the T-shirt. They get a pin. They get a VIP seating in all the panels, so you don't have to rush. You'll know that you're going to get like one of the first couple rows. And you get to get in early. You get to get in a half hour early, which is the best. That's thing huge. That helped the Keanu Reeves people because I said, well, give out to the people that got early. So we did that. And then they got the print from Cebulski and Jim Lee. They signed the Marvel versus DC. We gave away those.
Got one of them
to the first 200 people. And so anyway, those go on sale November 15th. The single day tickets go on sale. I know Ticketmaster sucks with all their fees. I don't make a dime on Ticketmaster, so don't yell at me. That's just the way it is.
Go to your local LCS.
Go to your local comic book store. And Boom Tube and Richie's and All Yeah Comics. There's a lot throughout the state. There's an anime shop too. Called Arusa something, but you can get them there for cover price. You don't have to pay the
you get them at Mohegan as well.
You get them at Mohegan. You can buy them at the box office when it's open, or if you see me, I'm usually carrying them at CliffsCon. If you just hey Mitch, you got tickets, I usually have some in my car, so you got to get me there. And then also the big note is the hotels.
Yeah, yes, listen up, everybody. This is very important for you guys that say, I can't find a room or the rooms are so expensive. Listen to what we're telling you.
I put the code up when the tickets go on sale. And the rooms are really decent for that place. I mean, they're like 180 on Friday, 220, 230 or something on Saturday.
Compared to 500.
There's a block. And once that block gets full, now the next raise comes up, I want a room, but oh no, the block of discounted rooms is gone. Now you're going to have to pay this much. And the closer you get to the show, the less rooms they have. It's supply and demand. And that's why you get prices that are like $600-$700 for a Saturday night. And I hear people yelling at me. I go, bro, they've been on sale since November.
Right.
You waited almost a year. I can't help you at that point.
Jump on them right away.
November 15th. And the other thing you need to know is if you can't get to Mohegan Sun, dude, there's like 25 hotels within 15 minutes or so. There's the Holiday Inn. There's like the Fairfield Inn. There's the You could go to other places.
I stayed at the Hyatt this year.
Yeah, and then
did they bus you back and forth?
They did. They have a shuttle.
Yeah, they have a shuttle. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's some guy told me he even stayed at an Airbnb, which I don't know what that's about, but you could rent someone's house, I guess, for the weekend.
Yeah, you do what you can.
And then that's the tickets and that's the hotels, and then the booths. If you want to be an artist alley and you want to be a vendor or a comic dealer or whatever, December 1st, 12 o'clock, noon, I'll be sitting at the computer and everything goes on sale. Corner booths, artist alley tables,
we love that corner
inline booths, islands. People want to buy the big island that's like 20 by 20. All that stuff goes on sale then. So there you go.
All right.
Awesome.
And I have guests already for next year.
I would say, can you tease
you want to talk about one or two? Can we?
I can give you one because I always do my retro guests from TV or movies. I'll do that one for you. It's Bionic Woman, Lindsay Wagner.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Awesome.
Man.
Lindsay Wagner.
Yes. He's already signed. And I was going to get them this year. But believe it or not, there's a show that's 238 miles away from us, and the Claws is 250 miles. So because of those 12 miles, that's why Lee Majors was not here this year.
Can you put like Lee, like maybe in like an extended parking lot, maybe under a tent? You know what I mean? To make the 12 miles, you know?
So, I don't know.
But still, but I mean, that's your date is your date, and that's what it is. And
August 8th to the 10th. Yeah.
Right. You're going to make your decisions. And I think everybody knows where to go. I mean, it's terrific.
Well, if I had done it on the original July 25th to the 27th, once again, San Diego Comic-Con, for some reason, after years, they always were the third weekend. They moved to the last weekend, and that was on my day. And if I do that, you're not going to get Scotty Young. You're not going to get Terry Dodd. That's their Super Bowl. That's their big event for the year. So you're not going to get the top-notch comic guys that are working on all the big books right now, because they're going to be doing all the DC and Marvel press on the other side of the country. So I said, okay, Mohegan, what do you got open? And they had 2 dates open.
Okay.
Labor Day, which I don't work on Labor Day, man, you know, and that ain't happening. And plus that's that Dragon Con, which is a huge thing going on right now.
Yeah.
And August 8th to the 10th. So I said, all right, I'll take August 8th to the 10th. And oh my God.
No, that's it. Make your
decision. What it is, man. You know,
right call.
Any date is good.
Yeah, no, and I'll tell you, you have said from day one, I want you to be exhausted after. Let me tell you, I took such a nap when I got home on Monday. Oh God, it was.
Oh, it must be nice. You know where I was on Monday? From 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock, I was loading Thanos and the big Captain Terrificon Funko looking thing down into the truck and driving to the storage unit, which is somewhere nearby Mohegan Sun. So if you guys ever crack open the hidden storage unit, you'll see all the banners and the comic covers and all that.
After everything was all said and done, this is what happened, Mitch. Where'd everybody go?
I know. That was it. Everybody left.
Everybody's gone. There's no tables. There's no aisles. I mean,
nothing, man.
It's like poof. It's gone.
Yeah, it's like it was never there. I swear to God, it feels like a dream. Honestly, I'm not making that up. Like a week later, I'll be like, "Was there a show a week ago?"
It's like a big daze. You're just in a daze. It's a lack.
You're in a daze. Yeah, I've talked to people and they go,
"You look like a time lapse video of it all."
I should do that next year during load-in to see how it all comes together and goes away.
Oh, it was crazy to see everybody set up. And I love to go in when it's getting set up. And Dave goes, "You like taking videos of a big empty room?" And I'm like, yes, but I like to see the growth of it and everything coming in and everything going up. And it was wild. Oh God. It was.
And I am hard at work. Well, we know some people comic wise will be there because they couldn't make it this year. For one, Joe Jusko will be back because he was sick this year. So Joe will be back already. Louise Simonson will probably be back because Louise was under the weather. There's some old comic folks that'll be back. I'm trying to get some people that were here in the past that haven't been in a couple years, like the guy that signs his name with one guy that signs his name with a lot of different color inks. People have been asking me about.
There you go. How about the toughest handshake ever? Maybe. I mean,
the one who's always breaking him off on chin. Yeah, I don't know about that guy. He's at Dragon Con this weekend, charging $50 an autograph. So I don't know.
Oh, geez.
We'll see. But he does got a lot of stories. We know that for a fact.
Sure.
Yeah. What about Mike Zeck?
Zach is in the Philippines now. He's in the Singapore. He moved.
When I was talking to Bob McLeod, he mentioned that there might be a project that he might be coming back.
Oh, he might be coming back to the States
in a year or so.
Oh well, we'll see. And I'd like to get Jim Shooter back, but Jim's under the weather too right now, so we'll see how he's feeling.
Yes, a lot of people are under the weather right now.
Yeah, and then I you turtle guys, I'm working on trying to get a turtle thing.
Yeah, you were talking to me about that.
Yeah.
You should do that.
Yeah,
you should definitely do that, Mitch.
Yeah, right.
So many of them are local. There's so many of them.
I know. Yeah. I like it when they're local. I don't have to drive them or fly them in. They just
it's great.
Show up. But we'll see. And of course, John Byrne's always on my list, but I don't think he's ever going to come. But you never know. You never know. But anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Anything you guys see, if it ain't from me, it ain't true. So if you hear weird stories on there, like, hey, I heard Terrificon is going to stop doing comic books and just become like, a Godzilla convention. I do hear weird stuff. I'm like, I didn't say that.
It's got to come from you, right?
You got to get the internet rumors going,
How about did you get any feedback from Jason Aaron? What a great guy he was.
No, I mean, other than he liked the show. Yeah, I'll tell you a funny story. Who's got the deepest voice you'll ever meet? Benjamin Piercy.
Really?
Oh my God! It was like hello, I'm Ben. I'm like, oh my God! It's like Darth Vader, James Earl Jones stuff, you know. Ben Piercy. There was just so many. I'm just thinking there were so many people I got to talk to for like a second. Mike Choi, Ben
cool
Piercy. There's so many talented people in that room, man. So
yeah, and then, so I know you're just watching all the videos and everything. And
I'm watching all
the Facebook page, and thank you very much for keeping that very active. And I mean, you give shout outs to everybody, and there's so many people that did videos. I just want to give these guys
I put them up there for everybody. Yeah, for everybody to see. I go, here you go. I'm not the only one watching this stuff.
Mon Comics, No Good Comics, Colossus Collectors. All these guys just did fantastic videos, and I like seeing it too because, believe it or not, I'm at the booth.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, right.
I saw Chin say he liked being at the booth because people come by the booth, but he doesn't get to go outside the booth. So it's like,
so Saturday. I mean, I'm at the booth all weekend, but Saturday is the day where I'm really locked in there, and it's great because I mean, it's not great, but I don't have to go anywhere because people come by to see me. So it's great.
Yeah, no. So I just realized I got a guy waiting for me. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, yeah.
He's like, hey buddy, you said you'd be here at 9. So I'm going to go tell the same boring stories on another show right now.
No, please. All right. Oh my God.
Real quick. I'll go down the list. Yes, I'm trying to get Fred Hembeck. Stephen Platt was supposed to be here this year. He ended up doing a show in San Jose at the last minute. So he was already under contract, but that's another story. Who else are they asking for? Steranko, we just talked about him, whether you knew it or not. I went to Italy to get a couple people.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. Delato.
Yes.
That guy. I talked to Frank quietly when I was there. I talked to Simone.
Bianchi.
Yeah. Yes. So yes, there's a lot of other people I talked to in my travels that I'm working on. And I'll be at Baltimore in a couple weeks, so I'll be getting some more folks there too. And no, Terry Austin will not be coming. I see somebody asking. I asked.
Yeah, okay.
Here's what. Kaluta's not coming. Terry Austin's not coming. Barry Windsor Smith's not coming. John Burns not coming. I've tried.
Alex Ross?
That ain't gonna happen. I don't have that kind of money. Okay. Bill Sienkiewicz is on my list. I talked to Bill last time.
The real Polish guy.
We'll see. The Polish Prince is coming.
Yes.
We'll see. And and I'm trying to get some of the old timers. Mike Plug. I'm trying to get Plug out here.
Wow, okay.
Doug Munch. I was trying to get him, or Mensch, whatever you say. But
absolutely.
There's a lot of folks I'm trying to get. So don't.
All right, Mitch. We appreciate you hanging out with us, my friend. Thank you very much for joining us as always. We're your biggest fan. So Master Splinter has to go on. He has to go take care of everybody else.
I will watch the rest of this nonsense when I'm done, man. So
this is nonsense for sure.
It will be nonsense.
I know it. I've seen Otto's shows. All right. I'll see you at CliffCon. I think
I'll see you at the end of the month, my friend.
Awesome.
All right, man.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right, sorry, guys. Oh, nice cup. I'll get you the glass next time. I'll see you.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Oh, that was great.
You don't get any better than this.
Yeah, that was so good.
My God. Don't go anywhere, you guys. We have to talk about what we did and all the things that we have to talk about, right? Like, oh my God.
Why are you kicking everybody? Why are you?
No, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
The hell, man. Yeah, don't go anywhere. No. We're still hanging around. You kick.
I swear to God, I didn't touch anything. I swear to God.
Who's doing this right now? It's Roger. It's Roger.
Here's your penis.
Unbelievable.
Oh my God. So what has it been 2 weeks since Terrificon? Is that what it's been?
I don't know. It's been a big
2 weeks.
Days. One big days since I left.
It's just wild. So I want to talk about a few things. We've got tons of videos to share with you guys, and we got some haul videos, but I really want to focus on what Roger, like, I want to say this. I have my aha moments, like, aha. But Raj, that book that you had with all those remarks, like, you can't buy a $300, like, less than $300 book that has that much.
So if I'm going to be fully honest, McLeod was 80.
Okay.
Right? Tom Ryan was 20. Everybody else was 50.
Okay.
So
that's
about $50 a head.
Less than $300, just under.
It was like $260.
Like, what are you going to buy for $300 at Terrificon that you can't buy anywhere else? But you get this here.
I mean,
art is the way to go. Papa No Goods. I keep missing that at the top.
Papa No Good. That's it. We love Papa No Good. Papa No Good did a great job,
I
man.
love that.
Papa No Good crushed it on everything he did.
Well, you know, I had a sketch cover done by Ryan Gary Brown, but
let's highlight that guy.
After seeing Rogers, I'm thinking,
oh, look at this little brother competition.
Highlight this guy, man.
Wrong one.
Wrong guy.
There you
Wrong
go.
Dave. No, I'm thinking I probably could have done the Roger route and done a bunch of different.
So now you have a plan for next year. Simple as that.
Boom. I mean, this thing's amazing, but yeah, it never occurred to me, and I guess I had the aha moment with Otto, and the idea of having multiple sketches on here would have been amazing.
Yeah, and I think my original plan was to have remarks with not as much detail. The way it came out was phenomenal. I'm happy with the way it came out. But the original idea was to have smaller ones and do all of the Spider-Verse characters.
You wouldn't have fit those. Do you know how many of those there are?
Yeah, that was the original. That was the original.
There's like hundreds.
At least the ones from the movie, right?
So you're talking like Spider-Man,
Peter Porker,
Miles,
Spider-Man
Porker.
Noir,
Okay, makes sense.
Spider-Gwen, that kind of stuff. So originally that's what I was going into, but the first sketch that was done came out this big. So I'm like, okay, well, I got to call an audible now.
Yeah, how do you direct them? You got to say.
I didn't. That's the problem.
It's almost better though. Sometimes I cannot tell how often I've told an artist, like Ryan G. Brown, for example. He does sketch cards for me all the time. This year he did a Wally West, and he's like, "Well, what costume do you want?" I'm like, "Artist choice. You give them their artist freedom. Let them do what they want, and they're gonna crush it every time." You have so many amazing artists and such great talent at Terrificon. Take advantage of it.
That was the other thing. When I was looking for an artist to do this cover, because again, it was a blank cover with this on it, I just started going up and down Artist Alley, just looking at what they had and looking at somebody that might have this kind of style that they would like. And then I know Ryan does mostly like, he's got all those Turtles cover, variants, but he had a Godzilla one. And I was like, that thing looked amazing. So I went up and I just started chatting with him. And I told him, I'm thinking of doing a Creature from the Black Lagoon. And I see him, he kind of lit up a little bit. He's like, oh, Creature would be great. I'm like, oh, really? You'd like to do Creature? Well, I think even on his Instagram, he posted that this was one of his favorite sketches he did of the weekend because it's probably something different for him.
And that's the face he gave me when I asked him to do a Venom. He was like, "Oh, I would love to do a Venom there." And Jim, to piggyback on what you said, after Chris Capana did the Miles, and I had him do, I had Ryan Brown do Venom. I said, I'm gonna go to Kincaid, and I'm gonna, he's like, "What are you thinking again?" I said, "I was thinking maybe a Spider-Gwen." He's like, a Carnage would be good there too. I'm like, oh, he goes, but so would Spider-Gwen. And he looks at me, he goes, tell him to pick.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I did. I went to Ryan Kincaid. I said, I was thinking either a Spider-Gwen or a Carnage. He goes, Carnage all day. I'm like, all right, I'm good. That's what I want then.
Yeah, that's how you let them pick. I mean, I just posted a haul video. You can see all the art I got in it, which was awesome. For those 3 sketches, I paid less than $500 for those amazing pieces. It's absolutely incredible.
I'm like, I have definitely changed my mentality as far as like what I'm going to do when I go to these shows, and it was just wild to get some stuff done. It's like
$200.
Yeah, no,
$200, guys.
$200.
One for each thing in each hand.
Look at the X though, Raj. The X and the green
behind there,
like, and then the panties. Oh my god! Like
Daddy threw in.
X marks the spot.
X marks the spot. So let's talk about. So we talked about how Mitch had a great time. Just amazing. We got everything that we had done. But let's talk about what was happening at the booth, because I really don't know. Because I really wasn't
there. Otto. What did happen at the booth? Please.
I don't know. I don't know. But I'll tell you what I do know is that
see these guys.
Look at that. Look at these guys.
Darth Turtles.
Yeah, we saw those walk by, and we were like, we have to get a photo. Have to.
We need that spot again. Like, shout out to the people that were to the left and to the right of us. And I'm sorry that I don't have their names up, and I'm going to do that in my haul video. But like, we definitely occupied a lot of space, and that's just who we are. But it's just
the guy on the other side of us was in our group picture.
Oh, it was great. It was great.
Yeah, no, the guy in the red shirt.
In the maroon shirt.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say thank you. Like, show that picture again. Like, Chin, and everybody said, what time was this, Chin? What time did we say?
I organized this
Like
for 12. It
12.
ended up happening around 12:15.
Yeah, 12:15. We're all going to take a group picture. And look, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being such a great part of the community, because that's what this is based on. And look at this. I mean, I think we covered North America.
I get chills looking at this picture because it just encapsulates what we've been trying to do for many years. It's getting this community together, and to tell people we're going to take a picture at whatever time, and then to have this entire group show up was just amazing. You know,
And then we did another one because some people missed the first one. We did a whole round 2 of this. Like, it's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, just look at the amount of people that showed up for our live show on Saturday.
in the hotel.
Yeah.
You guys are lined
Yeah,
up.
that was-
I ended up being late because the brother was having some car issues, so we got to the hotel late, and we walked onto the floor. I didn't even realize Otto was live yet.
Yeah,
So,
and you guys are like yelling.
He was
Like,
waiting
yeah.
for us.
he's like
I didn't-
yelling at me. He goes, "What's
So
going
I
on?" I'm
see
like, "We're
everybody
live right
sitting
now."
on the I see everybody sitting on the floor lined up. I'm like, what are you like? What's going on here? What are you guys waiting in line for? What is it?
I would say it looked
didn't
like the line
realize
to
that-
Jim Lee.
Yeah, I'm like, then I realized that Everett gave me this look. I'm like, oh shit, he's live already.
He's live. Well, the fact that these guys had to make an effort to get up there, because this wasn't like you could just wander and happen to see us. You had to
You need a key card.
contact one of us and have us go get you, because
Right.
you
So
couldn't
like
get
my
to the store
wife was
without-
going up and
without-
down, grabbing people, Joey doing deals. Roger, Colossus Collector wants to know who did the Rogue.
The Art of Buzz.
Buzz Comics. Okay.
The Art of Buzz.
The Art of Buzz, not Buzz Comics.
Yeah, the
Well,
Art
Buzz.
of Buzz.
All right. Yeah. All right. The Art of Buzz. Okay.
But this, I mean, every year is great, but this year was awesome. I mean, Colossus Collector, Mon Comics, Terry, JSA, I got to meet all these guys for the first time. Can't wait to see him again. Like, it's such a great experience, and those pictures just kind of encapsulate it. So, I mean,
Right,
every year, me and Justin, no good, end up in the casino, whether it's craps or roulette.
Justin showed up on Wednesday night. I got a great
It's
video. of
great.
me
I
and
love
Justin.
it every year.
We are laughing for 2.5 minutes before we actually do the raffle, because him and I got there Wednesday and we're like so pickle brained, and it's Saturday morning. But I have to give a massive shout out, and I don't know what to give Pope of Chili Town, like a trophy, like, or just
He killed it.
3MIB royalty, like an official, like, honorary t-shirt. So this was so much fun.
I would watch a show of him just tracking you through the wild.
Yeah.
Okay. So
do you have the video so we could show?
I do. So just so you guys
was
know, when you're
amazing.
listening to this, a joke that we have in this whole 3MIB world is hobnobbing. Okay, hobnobbing is a very old term. It's a joke that Dave the brother and I talk about when it talks about talking with people in the community and going outside yourself. And
Right. We when we were up in New Hampshire is when he came up. You're like, I'm going to show you how to hobnob with Jim Shooter. I'm like, okay.
yeah,
In Dave's defense, though, Otto said it very, very sexually.
no,
And
no,
you
no,
know,
not hobbing the knob.
I didn't catch that.
Hobnob. So I don't know what you
AKA
guys,
laying on the gas.
maybe we'll pay like for Pope of Chili Town's ticket next year. I don't know what to give Pope of Chili Town, but he deserves 3MIB royalty for this. Okay. So let's just watch this video and enjoy the laughs if you haven't seen it. Where the fuck did I put it? I got it right.
Way to have it queued up there, buddy.
No, I got it. All right, here we go. Is this it?
Hey everyone, Pope of Chili Town here in the middle of Connecticut in the United States. And it is the middle of August, very hot here in the US. This is what's known as the hashtag Summer of Auto. And this is the season where you can find autos in the wild. Let's go see if we can find one now. And here we are. Oh, look everyone, it does appear we've spotted an auto This is really exciting stuff. What a magnificent creature. What a magnificent specimen we found. So large. Look how smooth the skin is. Really signature Otto stuff out here in the wilds of Connecticut. Let's see if we can see him in his natural activities. The important thing when looking for an Otto in the wild, you never look in the den. You always have to look out in the wild. You will not find one in the den. Oh, look like we did some hobnobbing there. Oh, some signature hobnobbing. Could we get some more activities? A glad hand, everyone. This is really exciting stuff. To see an Otto give a glad hand just like this. Really beautiful stuff we're seeing here. Let's try not to lose him. Oh, we did lose him briefly. We gotta hide. Now if he sees you, he'll get spooked and he'll run back to his den. But it looks like he's, yes, Ottos are natural hunter-gatherers. Oh, crikey. Looks like he found a really beautiful sketch that he wants to go back and show the rest of his people in the den. What an amazing day.
So good.
I don't know what I was doing. I honestly
so
don't
good.
remember that at all.
I was watching that with my daughter. My daughter's like, "Where is he going? Like, what is he doing?"
Natural hobnobbing. You
Incredible.
never find him in his den.
Yeah, you'll never
No,
find
no,
him.
right. Exactly. Oh my God.
A glad hand. How rare is it to see a glad hand?
So good. Oh,
Oh my God. But there was like so many. I mean, I
And
just,
that caught me off guard. Like we were like, it was like 3 hours later, and I just
Oh, yeah.
was on Instagram and I saw a hashtag, and I'm watching this. I'm like, Trevor, did you see the video of that moment Chili Time made? Like he just quietly did it and posted it and didn't say a word to anybody.
Oh, my God.
that was great.
Genius.
He crushes it every year. I'm excited to see what he's going to do next year.
I know.
I
He's in trouble because how's he going to top that? That was amazing.
no, oh my God. I can only, and I was like, can you send that to me? He's like, I don't know how to. I'm like, just, you can figure it out. Like, just send it to me somehow. There was another video. Where did I put this video? So more like, so it's great to have the show. It's great to have the live show. And then we go down to the casino floor, right? And everybody kind of breaks up. But the best part about this, you guys, and if you've never been there, we're all inclusive. Like, we're not going anywhere. Like, nobody's getting in a car and saying, let's go to this restaurant. You're either going to be at the Irish restaurant, you're going to be at this video poker bar, you're going to be here. We're all somewhere, so you can always find somebody. But you better have your ID, because if you're a little bit young looking, you might get carded. Yes, folks, we are being carded right here.
Noah is being carded.
Dude, I was gonna leave him nameless. He just like,
Oh shit!
Look at that. He passed. He passed, Mama. He passed. He passed. Okay, good.
Can I get a jacket coat, please?
Look.
And the best part about this is this led to him on the bull like a couple hours later.
Yes.
Riding the bull.
Riding the bull.
Wish
So
we had that video. I mean, the thing was in slow motion. I was like, how did you
Oh
even
my
fall
God.
off that thing? I didn't even.
Yeah,
I
no.
said the thing barely moved and you slid off of it.
Yeah, no, it's the best part. You walk around, you see everybody after. I mean, I talked to Mitch about it. Saturday night, that night, Noah and Rob, Biohazard, stayed in my room, and because they were out riding the bull and everything else, they didn't put their stuff in my room till like 2:30 in the morning. And all of a sudden, I was like, I'm not going to bed. Let's go back out, come down. Who do we see off the elevator? It's Mitch, and he's like, everybody's in bed. What is this?
How's
we
he
brought
still
him back
going
out.
at that point?
And we, brought him back out. We started shooting craps with Zach and Rocksteady, and there's Scott Snyder and Stephanie Phillips, and just a crazy night. It's awesome time.
Did you miss the video we just played of you? Literally just talking about you. Did you see that? I hope so.
Yeah, you're getting carded.
You were getting carded and you falling off a slow motion bull.
Oh shit, there was a video. All right, I'm gonna let's see, what's this? Oh, Roger Remark. All right. So
Yeah, Noah, you just missed it. You just missed it, Noah.
Yeah, we just showed it.
Rewind. You'll get it.
yeah, check the rewind. It's pretty funny what happens right there. So I mean, I don't know how to say, like, sure, you can go to big cons. You want to go to San Diego, you go to San Diego. You want to go to New York, you go to New York. You want to go here, you want to go there. But you will not get the experiences like Lunch Money and all his boys. They had breakfast twice with Walt Simonson. I can't tell you. I saw Chris Claremont in the hotel lobby 3 times. I didn't want to bother the guy because he was so exhausted. I bought him a coffee. You know what I mean? And because that's what I wanted to do. And Roger has lunch with these guys. It's just, I don't know. You don't get a better experience dollar for dollar for what
These
you're
guys.
doing. Like
these guys, that's what you meant, right?
Those are the guys.
Snyder,
yeah,
no, and myself talking Little League baseball, drinking, having a drink together, talking about how his teachers were idiots and made fun of him for doing all that cartoon and drawing on his textbooks.
All right, so I hold on a second, you guys. I want to show this video. So we did tons of giveaways. We did the Where's Otto giveaway. Every hour we did a bunch of giveaways.
Hour-ish.
Every hour-ish. And it was so much because all that stuff was donated to us. Like it was donated to us.
And then, you know, we are at a con, right? So time does go by quick. Like when there's people coming by and we're, hey, I got to go run and get this guy. Like all of a sudden it's like, hey, it's been 2 hours. We haven't done a giveaway. So it's not because we don't want to do it every hour.
But I want to share a video with you about my boy Joe Richardson. Now, Joe and I have hung out maybe 3 or 4 times at Little Giant, but it's kind of like my brother from another mother. Like every time I see him, it's like a kindred soul. And he had never been to Terrificon, which I can't believe. So this was a huge giveaway at the end of the day. Roger was videotaping this, so I want to show this video because this is a lot of fun. So shout out to you, Joe. Shout out to your wife because you were both there. And just watch how fun this is. All right. So here we go. Right here.
Shout out. We're telling your followers that you're live. Yeah, that you want the front. No.
That's a good point.
We had it displayed for the last hour, so. I said we had the book displayed for the last hour. It's not a surprise. All right. Jimmy Dixon in the house, Comic Briggs, Black Belt Comics. All right, we got some people on there.
People online? All right, you guys. I'm here with Michael Raphael. What up, my boy? What's it say? What's up, nerds? Nerds. We are lining up. We are getting ready to end Terrificon 2024. The Summer of Otto is officially wrapping up. We are here to give this book away. That's right here, right now. This was donated by Coastal Carolina Comics. Thank you.
Signed by Roy Thomas.
Thank you very much for donating this. And thank you very much for the community of all the things that you've been giving us and everybody that's been winning and stopping by the tables. Roger and I will talk later about how many great stories we have heard about MIB and the impact. We're very thankful for that. We're going to do the Where's Otto at 4:30.
Yeah, so this is the very last 3 Men in a Basement Terrificon subscriber giveaway. Right, so this is the subscriber giveaway, the last one. The Where's Otto giveaway will happen in another half hour.
All right, here we go. The wheel is spinning. The wheel is spinning. All right, there you go. All right, all right, all right.
Digging deep.
All right.
Digging deep. 2 fingers. Woo! All right. The winner.
Joe Richardson. Joe, get over here, bro.
Look at this.
All right, for the first time, let's get in there. Yeah, for the first time.
I wasn't lazy. I went down.
So, as you can see, this is the winner. The very first time the winner's been present when we pull the thing. So we appreciate your support.
Funny story. Like, this is good camaraderie right here. Little Giant all the time says to me, "I've never come to Terrificon." I go, "I don't believe that. I feel like I've seen you." I think I just see you all the time, Little Giant. I remember it. We got the wife over there hanging out with us, and I'm like, God, I want somebody to win this book. And look at this, right here, right now.
Congratulations, my brother. That's how we do here at 3 Men in the Basement, guys.
Thank you. Donated by Coastal Carolina Comics.
Yeah, we appreciate you. And so, till the next show, when we're giving away more shit, guys. Peace out.
Awesome. All right, we are out. Love. We hold on a second. Let me get rid of that. How do I get rid of
I
that?
got it.
We need that spot again next year.
Yeah.
That corner was massive. Am I muted?
Nope, you're fine.
We hear you.
Okay. That was a great
it took a little getting there.
No, that corner was great though.
Yeah, we thought we were going to have problems with our neighbors. And then
it took a while for us to settle on that.
The banner being where it is, but I think
the
banner being where it is worked out better.
We made everything work very well.
That aisle was so much bigger than any of the other aisles that, like, being able to take pictures that we weren't interrupting anybody else.
Yeah, it made everything work very well.
Yeah.
Right,
We
even
were
that
on
large
other
picture
side.
with everybody there, I thought we were gonna like congest things, but there was plenty
because
of room
that's the
for all
that's
of
the fire exit aisle, so it's like 4 times bigger than any other aisle. That's why last year we got yelled at for pushing forward. That's that same aisle. It leads you right to the doors to go outside.
I don't know. Do you know anybody that could get us that same spot, Otto?
I don't know. I might know a guy who kind of just came on and had a good time with us, so we'll have to see. But it depends. It is what it is. My God, it's amazing. It's so much fun. There are 2 things that I want to talk about, which is kind of like hits in the heart. And the one thing is the 2 times that we did a video for TiVo, the LOTLB. But Roger, how about our buddy who came up with his little son and said, do you want to, I'm going to highlight you. This is going to hit you guys in the feels though. I'm telling you, because you don't know what impact you have on people. Let me tell you that.
I thought Roger was
don't know the impact that you have when it comes to this. And that's why we love to do this. You guys, I don't monetize these videos. We enjoy it. There's like, we do it to do it because we love it. And this was an amazing story. So I'm going to throw Roger up, and I'm going to throw Roger on a spotlight right now because this was important.
I'm sorry I missed it.
Yeah. So this gentleman walks up to our booth, and I think he first started talking to Everett, and Everett calls me over, and this gentleman says, "I watch you guys with my son. His son is, I think his name is Noah. It couldn't have been 2 years old, 3 years old, right, Everett? Something like that.
Yeah. 2 younger than 3. Put it that way.
Yeah. And he says
the dad was wearing a LOTLB shirt.
Yeah.
So I have a video of that, right? So
actually, I think you posted a snippet in the overview of the dad.
Right.
So he starts telling Everett and I that he watches, and every time he watches, the son says, "Well, what is Roger?" And he says, "I have to say, well, he's the ASM 300. Well, what is Otto? Well, he's the 9.8 karate chop." He goes, and every time he sees the logo, he goes, "I have to stop what I'm doing to say this to my child." And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, where is this kid? Like,
because he had the pine glass, right, Raj? The pine glass.
He had our original pine glass with the sticker on there,
which was like years ago.
Lords of the Long Box shirt. Like, I'm like, so where is Noah? He's like, well, he's with his grandmother, kind of out there. If I have time, I'll bring him back later. So was this Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
It was Sunday. Yeah. Towards the end of the show, my man comes back, and he's got this little boy in his arms, curly hair. Like, I couldn't even tell you how curly this hair is.
Years since we've had kids that young.
Yes, just the cutest little thing, like something that could be on like a cereal box, like cute. And I look over, and he's looking at our table, at our banner that's draped over the front of the table, just in awe, looking at it. And his dad goes, "No, who's that?" And he looks up and he sees me, and his eyes light up like he just saw, I don't know, who do kids like, you know what I mean? Like,
Santa Claus.
Disney, you see Santa Claus or Mickey Mouse. Like, he was like, "Roger." Like, I was speechless, absolutely speechless, right? So I'm like, "Hey, buddy," I give him a high five, I give him some stickers, and he's like, and his dad, I mean, like, you can't even make this shit up, guys. Like, when you don't realize the impact you have on other people when something like this comes up. So his dad looks at him and he goes, "Noah, what do you want to say to Roger?" And Noah looks at me and goes, "Good night, Canada."
Oh my God.
I absolutely lost it. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Yeah. I get tears in my eyes. I'm like, "Are you effing kidding me? Here's this kid that's under 3 years old." And like, just so then he goes, "Oh my God." He goes, "I really was hoping to see Otto." I'm like, he literally just went around the corner over there to see his brother. I'm like, if you were to go there right now, you're going to see him standing there. And like, here I am, like a little baby crying. This little kid just looked at me and said, "Good night, Canada." Like you can't, like, the dad can make it sound like his kid's a big fan, right? But for that kid to just on his own go, "Good night, Canada," I'm like, oh my effing God. So then he goes and finds you, right, Everett?
Right. So then he goes and finds me, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he goes, as I'm like, "Hey, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you." He goes, he says something about karate chop, and I go, "What?" He goes, 9.8 karate chop, and I go, do you want to see a 9/8 karate chop? And he goes, yeah. So I went full on like karate chop. And I couldn't have been happier. And I don't care who saw me do it. I don't care if you thought this was like this, whatever. The fact that he said this was heartwarming, right? Was heartwarming. So I don't know what else to say other than this is what we have worked so hard to build and grow and have this affirmation, you guys. So it was just great. And I mean, Dave, somebody came up to Dave and said, "Are you the brother?" Right? Like,
that one might be my favorite. Are you the
Dave,
brother?
you want to say this story? I mean, like, I'm going to highlight you, buddy. What happened with that one?
Well, I was just wandering around, and a guy came from the side.
Hobnobbing?
Yeah, no, I wasn't hobnobbing. I was really keeping to myself. I was anti-hobnobbing. And no, I mean, it was just quick. He just said, hey, are you the brother? And I go, yeah. I said, why don't you come over? You know, so I told him to come over to our booth. I told him where we were. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll definitely come by and say hi to you guys. I'm like, all right.
No, so
that was fun.
No, it's fun. It's fun. Oh my God. And then, you know, Chin running the booth all weekend and just
I had so many people come up saying thank you for all the stuff and just watching the show and stuff. So thank you guys for coming up and just saying it was awesome. It was great meeting all these people, seeing people we've met before, but so many people came up and said they enjoy watching us. So thank you. I do have to watch my swearing because we have a lot more kids watching.
Christmas card.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
So for you, those of you guys that know, I added 2 signatures to the Christmas card. I added Eric Larson and
Scotty Young.
And then maybe if I can get it to Chin, maybe 2 Turtles guys can add to it. You know what I mean? Who knows? So
we'll see.
We'll see. So I don't know, man. I'm talked out. I've had a great time with everybody. Is there anything we want to talk about? Any pictures, videos?
Did you want to show the videos of the Evo stuff?
Can I show my? You want to show the Lord's Long?
Oh, I do. That's
I got some haul stuff too. I'd like to show.
All right, I'd love to do that too. So we're going to stay on, you guys. So stay with us for a little while longer. So very important that we had a lot of Lords there. We had a lot of Lords, a lot of guys. I miss my boy TiVo. It was very important. And I threw up the 3MIB signal and I said, let's respect TiVo. Let's show him, because Tim always said, I want to come to Terrificon. I always wanted to come to Terrificon. Like I always said, I want to go to the West Coast. I always want to go meet him. And unfortunately, that never happened. So I challenge everybody that watches this video. And I'm thankful that all those guys that took time, 9-hour drive, 8-hour drive, 12-hour flights to come and enjoy this. Thank you very much. You guys are the heroes of this. This is what this is all about. All right. So thanks to the brother, there was some extra shirts and people donated some great stuff. So in honor of TiVo, we did 2 great videos and this is one of them. What's up, everybody? When you're watching this on a rewind, we are here repping our boy TiVo, who is not here with us right now. LOTLB for life. You guys know it. We've watched him for years. We're all thankful. We miss him dearly. So on the count of 3, LOTLB for life. 1, 2, 3. LOTLB for life. We miss you, brother. I don't know what else to say. It is what it is. I mean, he was such a catalyst for so many channels that are active, that aren't active, and we have done our tribute to Tim. I miss him dearly. We're going to do something coming up soon for the holidays. I talked to our good friend, Mike, the Big To Do, to kind of help out for the holidays. But anyway, we missed him. It's okay.
We have the second video, right? There was a second round video.
Oh, yeah. So people couldn't make the first one. So we're like, let's do another one.
And go.
All right, what's up, everybody? This is the second time we've done this. This is how important TiVo was to all of us in the Lords of the Long Box. We're all repping our shirts. We're all thinking about him. We wish you were here, my man. Lords of the Long Box was iconic back in the day, and we all miss you. So on the count of 3, LOTLB for life. 1, 2, 3. LOTLB for life. So awesome.
Love the shirt in the background.
Yeah, you like
so
that?
Awesome. I mean, oh my God, you guys. What I am exhausted from Terrificon, and that's exactly what Mitch wanted, right? To be exhausted from it.
Goal, mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished, man. Mission accomplished.
To answer your question really quick, Colossus, I believe said he, possibly, maybe next year. Who knows? Possibly. I believe is what he said.
Yeah, he's working.
And then he always brings up the story with me and Steranko, which I can't tell on the air.
No, you definitely can't. Which would be a great story for Colossus to come down and tell us in person. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's one I can't tell on the air. So
yeah, anybody wants a Steranko story from Chinmo, you have to get it firsthand.
Yeah, that's
you see Chinmo in person.
That's a great one. I love that photo.
That's a good one right there, right? That's a good one, right?
And it's the only time we were all together. No.
Yeah. I think we were right. That was right before we cleaned up, right?
No, that was
Saturday.
That's
right before I cleaned up. Thank God for copy 801. Where's copy 801?
That was Friday. That was right before the show.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to throw you under the bus, Otto. The only time I think I've actually legitimately been mad at you was Saturday before the show.
Before the show on Saturday?
Before our live show Saturday night.
Why?
I broke down that booth basically by myself. Dave showed up at the end.
True. Okay,
there was so much trash in that booth.
Was it all mine?
It was all yours. I even talked to your wife about it. She's like, I had to do it at home. I sympathize with Andrea so much. I was like legitimately
garbage pails everywhere. Why do you bring it to our booth?
There's dumped out coffee. There's stuff everywhere, and I was like, I'm legitimately upset with him right now.
The old tickets from the day before.
Yeah, I was stuff everywhere.
Everywhere.
It took me a half hour to break down the booth, and 20 minutes of it was cleaning up your stuff. And I was like, I don't know how his wife does it. I don't
know. 25 years.
Had to get that off my chest there.
All right. Hey, listen. Hey, look at this. We're the Turtles, man. Look at this. Yeah. We've all got the shirts on today. My God, just so much fun.
The beard just covers everything. Sorry, guys.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, speaking of beard, you got the other shirt on over it too.
We had to browbeat him to wear the orange.
Yeah.
I have 4 of these shirts, and I was already wearing one. They're like, you got to change it.
Special one. You got your own special one, right?
And I got to tell you, my special one is like the kind of shirt that I like. It's like my short box shirt where it's so damn comfortable. I don't want to take it off.
You're right, Frank.
Is it the small tag? The small tag or the big tag?
Get the skinny tag.
Should I show? We had 10 o'clock yet? Are we close?
Almost.
I got 15 minutes.
No, the brother wants to show some hauls, though. Remember that.
Oh yeah, highlight this guy. Highlight this.
Highlight this guy, man.
Wrong guy. There you go. Well, this is. I mean, I showed this already. Ryan.
Sorry, that comment's so funny. I will say I talked to Andrea that night. I was like, I don't know how you do it. God bless you. Yeah. All right, what do you got, Dave?
You got kinship with the Andrea?
Hey, we bonded so much more after this weekend.
You guys got Otto in common. Huh. Anyway, so the other sketch I got was from
Papa No Good.
Papa No Good.
Look at that.
He did that nice little.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So there's this is one of my favorite covers. So, I was happy to have that done. And the only I got a Scotty Young signature. Yeah. Thanks to Chinmo, who got this for me.
Actually, I'm gonna shout out George Deep, his wife, Uncle Frank, Biohazard, Planet Mayhem, because
it was a group effort.
It was a group effort. Yeah.
Nice.
So, thanks, guys.
Well, thank you for that. And that actually, Roger, Roger bought me that. You remember buying this for me, Roger?
I did.
Because he said it would look like a Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Look to it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That was very nice.
Yeah, see that?
So the other book I was looking at for for the weekend was this.
Love it.
Great pickup.
First Silver Age appearance of Two-Face. So this one I had, I think there was like 3 or 4 of them that I was kind of eyeing. I didn't buy most of my books until Sunday. I spent the first 2 days just wandering around. Like
you are the complete opposite of an impulse buyer, Dave. You will like walk around 10 times. You will look at you're the guy that at the restaurant that asks the waiter what the specials are 5 times before you order.
No, actually I don't like specials.
No, but that's how you shop. That's how you shop.
Well, I mean, if I'm buying a big book,
no, it's and rightfully so. You should. That's how you should.
Sometimes if you ask about the specials to
and
me,
somebody
they run out of shit.
Huh?
Sometimes the specials are gone if you waited too long.
Well, I mean, I saw this book. It was somebody had it was just way overpriced, so I just kept looking. And the guy I bought this from actually had 2 copies, and this was the better of the 2. So that was a nice one.
Great book.
And then this was another book that I've been looking for, and I had sold a big book on Sunday.
Yeah, you did.
I had the ASM was the 16th with Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought that. I sold that late Sunday. So all of a sudden I'm like, hey, I've got some extra money now. So this was a book I'd been looking for. And,
awesome. And that's 40, right? Issue 40. That's not the reprint of what 68 or something.
Yeah, that's the original print.
Nice.
I'm a Universal Monster guy. I just love Frankenstein. So to have that cover was always the one that I wanted. So this guy, I offered him, it's got $100 on it. I offered him a price. He came back with another number, and I said, well, all right, that'll work. But as I'm looking at his wall, I see this book, which was also on my list. It's the first cover appearance of Talia.
Great book.
So I'm like, hey, let's bundle it. So I bought both books.
Bundling, dude. That's good for you, dude.
I offered him I offered him a price. He came back with a different number. I said okay, and in doing that, I got this book for the original number I'd asked for. It worked out great.
Yeah.
So actually, Chin, this was an impulse buy. So
there you go. Well, it's an impulse buy to get a better deal, which I can't recommend enough. Bundle, baby, bundle.
So then all weekend, Bob McCloud was there. I'm a huge Bob McCloud fan. This doesn't come out that great.
Oh, you had it. There you go. Oh, forward.
So,
lean it forward.
Bob McCloud, he did a lot of inking with Mike Zeck. And one of my favorite stories that they did together was the Kraven's Last Hunt. So in the Kraven's Last Hunt, I think it's the last issue. It's got Spider-Man coming out of the ground.
Very iconic cover.
So I'm looking through Bob McCloud's, his portfolio, and he's got all these prints, and he had this thing, and I'm a huge Batman fan too. So I'm like, oh, this thing is amazing. Again, it doesn't even come out. I don't know. It doesn't really
not doing it justice.
Yeah, it doesn't show. So I'm talking with him. I'm telling him I'm a big fan, and I'm looking at some of the stuff he had on his table.
Dave, hold it up up close to your body, away from the camera. Yeah, now we can see.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right there. Don't move.
Yeah.
Don't move. That's a Vanna White pose if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. Nice job.
Oh jeez.
Please don't do that.
So anyway,
that's hobnobbing right there.
Yeah.
That's slobnobbing.
That's how Otto taught me to hobnob.
Your Steranko story.
So then Bob had this.
Pull back.
Bob had this on his table, and this was another impulse buy. So see, Jim, I proved you wrong twice that weekend. I just loved it. It was just such a great. I'm gonna go get a frame for it. I got to get this thing framed.
That's the biggest thing with all this art. Like you gotta do it justice. You gotta frame it. You gotta find the wall space.
Well, it's not. Well, the picture itself is.
Nice.
It adds up quick though, the space wise.
Yeah. No, I think I'm gonna bring this to work. This is gonna hang in my office at the shop.
There you go.
I got lots of wall space. That's the other thing. When you're saying wall space, one funny thing is my daughter. She just moved back to college and she's got a new apartment up there now. And her bedroom, she's got figures, she's got stuff all over her walls. I mean, she really likes her prints and her artwork and stuff.
You raised her right.
And yeah. And so she's saying, like, before we go to Terrificon, she's like, all right, I brought this much money and I know I've got all new walls I can plaster with stuff. So she's like, I can buy stuff again, because she would always hold back. She's like, I don't have room for it. But now she's got a new apartment with lots of wall space. So
there you go.
Funny.
That's the way to do it.
I got one more thing.
I tried to do that with my Rogue book, but the wife didn't really go for it.
No.
Oh my God, so funny.
Which one?
Which one? The Rogue.
Man from Beantown said, just hang it up above your bed, and your wife will love it. Man from Benny Bean said, just hang it above your bed, your wife will love it. He was talking to you, and I said, I tried that with my Rogue commission. The wife didn't like that so much.
She didn't like it.
No, not so much.
She got a picture of Poncho. Or no, she was probably too young for the chips.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
So the last thing I bought was this set of King Kong books.
Dave loves his apes.
Look at that, dude.
I had these.
Where did you find those?
It was some table, some booth. He had like figurines and stuff. He didn't really have much books, but he had this one rack that he had like a Star Wars droid book. He had just some random like obscure stuff. And I've had these books I've had for a while, and I was looking for these three, and I never see these. I never see these anywhere. Issues 4, 5, and 6.
And the series always hard to find.
Yeah, and I mean, I think I bought this thing probably 8 years ago, and I've been trying to fill the run since then. I didn't need those three, but the guy wouldn't sell them separately, so I ended up buying the whole set. A little more than I wanted to.
Did you make him an offer?
Yeah, now
and then he said
now I can read them twice. Well,
did he work with you on that price?
Did he work with you on that price?
Yeah.
Yeah, he worked with me on that price.
You need to see anything, I'll take it down for you.
Wait, but the interesting thing is it's got a Don Simpson signature on this little card.
Yeah, you showed me this. This is pretty cool.
Is that magazine size, Dave?
No, it's comic book.
Okay.
My little hands just make it look bigger.
Say that about a lot of things.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
So it's got a Don, but it's just such a I don't even. This was it wasn't in one of the issues. It was like behind it. I have that issue, and this wasn't in it.
Did you talk to Bob Stevenson about this? Because
I kept forgetting to go back to Bob, and by the time I did, I remembered he was like taking this stuff apart, and I didn't.
But there you go, Bob. If you're watching, Dave needs to know.
Bob, what is this? And why is there Kong with?
Oh my God!
Like, what the heck is going on here?
He's fighting the good fight.
I know, but he's in New York.
He's fighting those Nazis.
And then there was also this. This is the other. Yeah, and I have no idea what any of this stuff is, but it was really.
Wow, that was in there.
Yeah, that was in.
Oh, I love that stuff. That's awesome.
It's like a comic magazine times, like the in the store.
Dandy Don. Yeah. So what? All right. So you think
like something Bob Stevenson would sell?
I'll say that's why I'm like, you need to ask Bob about it. I guarantee.
Yeah. So that's the comic shop. Okay, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
So I guess that's where the book came from. Pretty cool though. That was definitely a fun find.
Very cool, man. That's a great haul.
Yeah. And again, a lot of the books I bought was on Sunday, especially after I sold that big book. I was like, all right, I got some.
It's a good day to buy. People don't want to bring their stuff home, so I got rid of all of my stuff on Sunday. I don't want to pack that stuff up.
Sell it all. Get rid of it.
That's
awesome.
Do it.
Woo! What a night, fellas. I'm so
tired.
happy we could hang out together. Look at this.
Band's back together.
The band is back together, man.
Yeah.
Look at this. Oh my
Always
God.
not in.
All right. But I do want to say, you guys, so comment, subscribe, like all that stuff. We forgot about that stuff in the beginning. But I want you guys to know that our friends at NRG Comics are in a little bit of a bind right now. So Anthony fell ill, and he has some health issues. We have some things that we're going to talk about in the future. But if you wouldn't mind, check it out. Check out their GoFundMe. NRG are amazing people. They are East Coast vendors. They are part of the community. They are embedded with us, and they've got some big bills. So whatever you guys can donate would be great. Anything matters.
I'll just put the link in the chat.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead. Check it out. We're going to be talking about this for a little while. Artley and Anthony, They're some of the
Great
best people ever. They
Great
they show up to the swaps. They show up to the
They
crawl.
have supported us from the beginning. They've been part of our swaps since the beginning. They're at every show. They come, they support, they buy stuff from us, they give us deals on stuff we want from them. They're just great people.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you can help, please do. So we're also going to try to work out something else and help them out as much as we can, because
That's who we
awesome
are.
people.
Yeah.
Awesome
They need
people.
it. That's what we do.
Yeah, they're great,
Yep.
great people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, that being said, my haul video will be next week. Stay tuned. I don't want to monopolize any more of the oxygen in this room that I already have. But oh my God, we've given you an hour of Mitch. We've talked about Terrificon. We've talked about next year. We've talked about some amazing experiences. I don't have anything else to talk about, you guys. Raj, anything on your end?
Nope.
Nope.
I think we covered it all.
That's a first.
I showed you my 2 boob books and my jam piece. So
Your booby
All right.
books.
boob books.
Dave, what about you?
I'm with Roger. I'm
Levex, the men of many words.
this is everything you guys have been saying. Having Mitch on was just amazing. Getting the kind of like behind the scenes kind of stuff. You see him running around and he looks. I don't even know how he does it. Like,
No,
he must have so many things going on. Like he says his phone is going. Like, I'm just curious, like how much runs without him even. Like is there stuff that happens that he doesn't even know about that?
Oh, it has to.
That people actually know how to do it. Like I guess like the security and the getting the people in there. I mean, he's got Mohegan.
No, it was almost that line was outside, dude. That line was outside.
Right.
Like,
but it's stuff like that he doesn't have to worry about.
Downstairs, like it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was crazy.
Like,
but
again, like Dave, I just want to say what makes this show so amazing is that everybody is in-house, you guys. Like, you're not going to go to San Diego and have lunch with Walt Simonson or breakfast with Walt Simonson. You're not going to shoot craps with who'd you shoot craps with, Shin?
Scott Snyder.
Yeah. I mean,
you're not having a drink with Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo
during lunch. I mean, people got to eat during our times. I mean, it is what it is. Right, Dave?
Which Dave?
Yes, no, Dave?
Yes. Yes, you are correct.
Yes, thank you.
Is that what you wanted? You wanted confirmation?
Yes, absolutely. And then hold on a second, though. We do want to give a massive shout out to the Comic-Con podcast and VKed Marion, because Chin, you had the raffle win of the year, dude.
Look at this fucking thing. I love this thing.
Yeah.
It couldn't have gone to a better person.
I'm not gonna be able to get it all on screen.
And I talked to Justin today. He didn't record it. When him and VK came running over to the table to tell you the level of excitement and
highlight this guy, man.
Great cutoff.
The level of excitement in their eyes was unprecedented.
I got to figure out a way.
They knew it was going to a good home. They knew Chin's love for. We all know.
I joked with them. I joked with them all weekend because I was literally the first ticket in the bucket, and I was like, "Things coming home with me." Just joking around, and sure enough, I'm gonna add a couple more signatures to this in 2 weeks.
Look at that.
Look at
Filthy. 1 of 1.
Yeah, I see the spot right there.
Yeah.
There's a couple spots
there.
No, dude, they came. And then when I talked to Justin, I'm like, "Do you have it recorded?" He's like, "No." VK and I were just running over, and again, I can't tell you the level of excitement. And you're just sitting there like this, and I'm like,
"Well, it was literally like our booth was basically like broken down, and then all of a sudden I see him, Justin's walking over like this, like over his head, and I
like
was
running, dude, like
I was like, no way." And he walked right over. I was like, "Did this just happen?"
Yep. And you were the first one, right? You were the first one in. First,
yep.
Amazing. Shout out to you, bro, for being
I thought he was messing with me. I thought he was
I know,
joking.
dude.
And then
I mean, you made your mission, you did your mission, and that was rewarded to you, man. That's awesome.
I was very, very happy. I
That's
showed,
awesome.
I mean, I did a whole haul video you can watch on the channel now, but I very much highlighted that piece because they did an awesome job. Ken killed it with the variant, and they did such a cool giveaway, everything else. So thank you guys. I appreciate it.
So absolutely. Check out our brothers at the Comic-Con podcast. It is what it is. So, whew.
But I want to say thank you to everybody that came up to the table, talked to us, everybody that, supported the channel, everybody that I got to meet this year, Colossus, collector, Mon Comics. I got to meet Hyper for the first time in person. Just all of you guys, you know, a lot of those Canadian brethren, and just so many other people coming from down south. People traveled all over. It was awesome to finally put a face to the name. Awesome meeting everybody. Can't wait to do it again. But no, I thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you from all of us. So thank you.
Yep. All right. So I'll wrap it up. It's really what it means to be part of a community. That weekend was truly a part of the community. All the laughs. I mean, the comic books aside, that's great. It was so much fun to talk about that. But the stories about this, the stories about that, meeting this person, meeting that, the level of excitement that everybody had. And I've watched tons of Terrificon videos, and thank you everybody that gave us a shout out, because it affirms that what 3 Men in a Basement has been doing for these years is viable and it's real. Okay. And that's very important to us. And I'm going to wrap it up. We got something going on in May. We have the 3MIB comic book swap in Newington. We're going to talk about that. We've got King Con. We've got Little Giant. Got a few things going on too. The Trick or Trade that MTG Comics is having in New Jersey in October. It's kind of like a meet and greet hangout. So if you're on the East Coast, check out King Con Comic Show or MTG for what he has going on in October. That's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to go to that and just be part of a community. Enjoy the videos, enjoy the live shows, comment, share, like all that stuff. We are 3 Men in a Basement, man. And I can't be more thankful for my 3 brothers right here and everybody that showed up to the table and talked to us. So I'm Otto and I'm out, and you guys can say goodbye to everybody, but this has been a great effing show. So
bye.
Bye.
No, guys, thank you again. Let's close this down. I got this one. Roger.
Good night, Canada.
Woo! We are done. Haul video next week on Otto's. Just wait for